Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
He knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
GC Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Today, another chapter will be written in the Mystic Racing League scrolls. One driver will end 200 laps as immortal. The stage is Indianapolis, the actors drive 230 miles an hour, and the story hasn't quite been written yet. Welcome to the KAYTEE IndyCar Series and their edition of the Indy 500 here on V-Speed. I'm your host, producer Morgan Cook, alongside Derek Jewett here this evening, with camera provided by Dougie Beard and Derek. We've been doing this all week, qualifying Tuesday, qualifying on Friday for this event right here. How excited are you?
The 5th annual Indy 500 for the Mystic Racing League. I am so excited to be here up in the booth with you, seeing this event, first time on iRacing for this league. There's a lot of storylines going into this. Some drivers were not able to come in and race. We had drivers drop out, drivers come in. I am so excited. We got fast cars up front, fast cars in the back. 200 laps.
Going to be a fun one here tonight. Let's get into where your favorite driver will start the race today. Of course, 3 wide is how we're going to start this one. Starting off with John Stellard on the pole. He won that on Friday. Sheridan Wade will be in the middle of the first row, I should say. Mason Mitchum is going to start outside of row number 1. Nate Fields in row 2 with Christian Barnes and Aaron Smith the second. Christian Leonard will start in 7th, Dustin Lewis 8th, and Daniel Borghi in the 9th position. In your top 12, rounded out by Steve Tucker, Matthias Marcomini, and Corey Kobe.
Starting row 5, number 13, Gary Baldwin Judun On the inside middle, Adam Holston and Wes Lang finishes out row 5. Row 6, my boy Johnny G starting 16th, 17th, 7 Hawthorne, who has been on fire in this series, and 18th is Steven Addison. Row 7 is going to be Seth Heyman alongside Zach White and McCoy Binky. And then row 8, 22nd, Caleb Hunt, 23rd, Trevor Kratz, and 24th, Peter Soto.
Starting in row number 9, Eric Rodeman will start 25th. Trevor Lapierre will start 26th here tonight. Joshua Gillen rounds out your top 27. Stephen Alessi starts 28th. John Ullman 29th. Ashton Crowder starts 30th. That is row number 10. And your final row will be Christian Macarelli, Zachary King, Coulter Clark were late additions to the show after a few drivers dropped out. So they get a second chance after not qualifying it on time yesterday. Will they make the most of it here today? Now that drivers have gone through the lineup, let's get trackside and find drivers already pacing. Some have yet to touch the racetrack. Let's go find the 5. There we are. Just getting it all set up here. Of course, 3-wide pacing, not natural in iRacing, so drivers having to do a little bit of work to get these cars in the right order. While we have a moment, Derek, let's have a look at our race analysis. 200 laps was mentioned at the top of the show. It's going to go by in the blink of an eye. 6 tire sets available. Fuel, we really have no idea. We've heard 30, we've heard 45. Those are very different numbers. So I guess we're going to find out what that first run looks like whenever it goes green here. 1 fast repair, iRacing fix setup, and of course, it's the Indy 500. Well, Derek, as drivers start to get lined up, what are your keys to victory or keys to success here in Indianapolis today?
Obviously, biggest thing is stay out of trouble. You want to be there at the end. These guys get 1 redo. That is your fast repair, and you don't want to use it early. With these cars being how fast it is, like I said early, you have guys up front that are really, really fast, and you guys got fast guys in the back. And it's just going to be wicked fast trying to figure out who's going to get where, and pedal to the metal, man. You don't want to mess up. Just stay clean until the very end.
Yeah, being smart, being calm, being cautious is going to be part of it here today. Of course, it'll be difficult to pass. That's going to be a theme of the day, and it will likely come down to fuel mileage. The Indy 500 typically does come down to fuel mileage. I would expect that here today. I believe we are green this time by. Pace lights out on the pace car. We are 3 abreast for most of the field. Anticipation ramping up. Big gap between row 1 and row 2. Not sure if that will close up or not. Will the pace car dive in this time? Be a late entry if it does. No, we will not go green this time. One more time around before we start the 5th running of the Mystic Racing League Indy 500. This one presented by KAYTEE, of course. And this is only the first part of the day, Derek. I mean, you're going to switch from the broadcast booth and the suit to the fire suit later when you try and run the Charlotte 600. Well, I should say try to. When you run the Charlotte 600 tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Mystic Racing League Slim Chickens Cup Series. It's a lot of racing in one day. 1,100 miles. You get to watch the first 500 and think about, dream about the 600 later. There are a lot of drivers in the field who are going to try double duty today, including your pole sitter here, John Stellard, will be in both races as well as about a dozen others. How difficult would it be, do you think, to transfer from running the Indy 500 to the Charlotte 600 later tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they get roughly, hopefully, fingers crossed, this does not.
I think we lost you there, Derek. I think what he's trying to say is hope it doesn't go long so that we can get the practice in for the Charlotte race, but we have lost connection to Derek Jewett, unfortunately. He'll be back here in mere moments, I am sure. As we roll between 3 and 4 on the short chute. Drivers starting to get a little bit more compressed here at the front of the field. Off of turn 4 for the first time today. And we are racing in Indianapolis. Already into turn 3. A battle for the lead. Stellard, Mitchum, the drivers we expect to dominate the day along with Sheridan Wade. Those 3 cars have broken away ever so slightly over Nate Fields. Field really separated. Something happened on the initial start. Oh, we got a driver sideways further back. As we have many drivers spread throughout this field now.
Yeah, unique start in my eyes. Never seen a 3-wide start. I know that's a thing here in Indy 500. But we also had drivers start in the pits. Maybe game planning of not being in the big one. That's avoiding using your fast repair, as we see Stellar, Mitchum, and Wade separating fields here at the front.
I think a lot of drivers expecting there to be some sort of calamity either on the initial start or into turn number 1. That obviously didn't happen with the early launch from the leaders. Able to get everything kind of sorted out single file by the time they got to the start line. And it made the rest of the field be able to do the same. So that helped, and that really hurt drivers like Marcarelli and Borghini, or Borghi I should say, sorry, who have started in the pits. They'll have to fight their way back about 18 seconds behind this lead group. Rodham in that same boat as well.
As we see Mitchum taking the pole position, first place, over his teammate Stellard. Wade's just buying time here. I don't know if he's just playing that fuel saving. We talked to all 3 of those as we have a caution on the
Zach
field.
White, and I think that's John Ullman, have had issues to start this one out. Let's see what it was. That Austin Cindric-esque scheme of the 88. That's where we're looking. King also got a meatball out of this. King, oh my goodness. Oh geez. There's Ullman getting involved. I think it was the 44 got into the back of him with Crowder. Goodness gracious. Maybe from a higher view we can see a better idea of what just happened.
It looked like he was going inside there, coming out of turn number 2, and then on the backstretch, he gets
he hit the wall.
Big...
The 88 hit the wall and it sucked him in, slowed him down. We'll see it here from the rear wing view. You can hear it right at the end of the straightaway. Let's listen to this. Right there. That wall scrape slowed him down enough. Avert your eyes, folks. Sorry for that one. And it took out 2 other cars in the process.
Yeah, definitely lap number 5. You do not want to be using your fast repair, but if you got that meatball, unfortunately, you're going to have to.
And with these cars, how fragile they are, you get caught up in an accident, you're probably not driving it back to the pit. You're going to have to use you have to use the tow feature that they have in iRacing here, which will add probably a lap to your pit time. For example, Ullman and King still towing to pit lane. Just waiting on service, which will only take about 4 or 5 seconds, but it's been 2 minutes of them waiting to get the service done. One other thing, Derek, we're going to see different today than what we normally see here in the Mystic Racing League: single file restarts. Of course, it's commonplace in the IndyCar series, but it is not commonplace anywhere else that we race. Are you familiar with the procedures for single file restarts?
I am, but for the people in the chat, go ahead and remind them.
All right. Well, you'll line up single file, of course. Typically, you'll be right up against the outside wall. You might ask, well, why not restart on the bottom? It is legal to pass to the right on a restart. It is illegal, as in black flag, pass-through penalty, to restart to the left of somebody. You cannot pass on the inside of the racetrack on a restart. You have to wait until you cross the start-finish line into turn number 1 is where you can start to make that pass. So drivers will restart up against the outside wall to protect themselves from getting jumped in that situation. Now, that also raises another issue, Derek, which we've seen time and time again in IndyCar races, is if you mistime the restart, because there is no restart zone like in the NASCAR series, if you mistime the restart, you might drive into the guy in front of you. And then, of course, the guy behind you will drive into you, and now you have a 12-car pileup on the front stretch. So,
and that is something you do not want here, especially for these guys that are doing the double. I was having some microphone issues, but yeah, I mean, most of these guys are doing the double. I'm excited. I got my fire suit on. I wanted to let everyone know that I do have my fire suit underneath my suit right now. And so, but yes.
Comfortable, fantastic.
I am sweating bullets, but hey, listen, most of these guys are doing the double tonight. I'm excited to see what they got, but we got to finish this race. Hopefully that was the only caution we're going to have tonight.
Wouldn't that be swell? 194 laps under green would be a great way to end the 5th running of the Mystic Racing League Indy 500. I believe the first one on iRacing. Am I wrong about that? I'm not sure if that's true or not. First or second, I'm not really sure.
I believe it is the first.
The first on iRacing? Well, I think they did it right. Field snakes into the start area. Green flag is out. There's the light on the box, and we are away. Already out of turn number 2, the top 2, Mitchum and Stellard, continue to try and swap the lead back and forth. Wade waiting in the wings. Nate Fields, Aaron Smith round out your top 5. They have broken away significantly from Christian Barnes. Might have had his pillow and his blankie on the start.
Maybe a warm bottle of milk as we're going to celebrate the winner with a glass of milk. But
hopefully the milk is cold later. I'd hate if it was warm. Could you imagine you run 500 miles at 230 miles an hour just to get doused in warm milk? Oh, my goodness.
Listen, I'm coming from a person that's lactose intolerant. And even if I wasn't, the last thing I would want after driving 500 miles in a hot day is drinking a glass of milk, rather warm, lukewarm, or cold.
I'm going to get you to do a little research for me, Derek. Why is it that it's milk? Why is milk the drink of choice post Indy 500 and not another refreshment? As already, top 5 starting to come back to each other here. The draft so strong at Indianapolis. We'll see drivers snake back and forth. The leader side by side will certainly help the drivers behind be able to catch back up. And here comes Sheridan Wade.
All right, you ready for this, partner?
I'm ready.
So in 1936, three-time champion Louis Mayer won after a grueling race, and he requested a cold buttermilk. And ever since then, the sponsor has wanted milk the entire time.
All right. Well, hey, I guess whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. Corey Kobe and I believe Wes Lang. Steve Tucker, apologies, battle for the 10th position. Get some nervous cars back here. Wow, just saw somebody. Was that Kratzer? Just about got in the side pod of Hawthorne off of turn 2. That was a sketchy moment. Let's ride along with Kratzer in the 17. This is 18th position. Car seems to be straightened out better now. Losing the nose a little bit through 2. Somebody way out of line up ahead. I think Mitchum and Stellard still going at it. They're going to swap the lead probably once a lap just to keep it exciting for us here in the booth.
Yeah, again, we talked to these top 3, Stellard, Mitchum, and Wade, on Friday, and all 3 of them had respect for each other. Obviously, Mitchum and Stellard being teammates, but Wade just playing off of what they're going to do. He said that he's going to run it hard if he has to run it hard, or save as much as he can. But whatever whatever Stellard Mitchum does, that's what he's going to do. Fuel save or push hard.
3 wide, further back. A Sherry meatball flag. Something happened to the 8 car off of turn number 2. Let's go have a replay, see what happened. I think that was a pretty big lick, whatever it was. Either hit from behind or caught the wall on the exit. I think he got the wall right here. Yeah, he hit that thing a ton. Wow, that's a big hit. No wonder we were 3 wide stacked up off the corner. And Caleb Hunt has crashed with Gasheri. Coulter Clark possibly involved as well. Let's continue on this replay. Caution is out on the speedway. Caution is out. There's Gasheri. Oh, just down into Hunt's door. And then they obviously have their issues down the straightaway. Oh my goodness. They clipped someone there. That's the 92. Oh, it's a melee down the back. Oh, or in the front here. Goodness gracious. 10 car spins around for good measure. My goodness, Derek.
That is a parking lot if I have never seen one before.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I mean, Johnny G, I call him Johnny G. Just getting the wall, M&M's flying all over the place, and just coming down. I don't know if it was just that wheel.
I don't know why he turned left. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
That was odd. Let's go right on board here. Maybe we can get a better idea of what caused that. I mean, there's Hunt to his inside. Hey, he's got the wheel straight, but the car's pulling left. So I don't know if it's just something's bent. But the 92 got the most unfortunate part of this. Is that Coulter Clark? It is Coulter Clark. Sorry, it's 29 on your timing, 92 on the car. Let's ride on board with him because he caught this in kind of a tough way here. He's going to see the accident happen 4 or 5 cars ahead. There you see the contact into the wall. He's just trying to avoid it. And he's doing fine and just got clipped because of it. Minimal damage, actually quite a bit of damage on the right rear tire. Left rear tire.
Left rear.
Yikes. So Rodman, Hunt, and Clark got meatballs out of that incident.
Yeah, tough break for the guys that were involved in that, especially Caleb Hunt. Not really doing anything wrong, just trying to make a pass on a damaged car because we saw Johnny get into the wall there. Hate it for Caleb Hunt and everybody else that was involved. Weird scenario.
You really hate it for everyone who was just trying to avoid it, may have picked up damage, small knocks or pretty big hits to the car under the, the crash was pretty much finished and everyone just kind of piled in at the end trying to avoid it and all that. Those are the ones you really hate because, you have cars strewn across the racetrack and on the front stretch and you just can't seem to find a way around them. All of a sudden it's a 2-car crash that's gone into a 8-car crash.
Yeah, we hear a bunch of chatter on the radio. Mitchum telling the drivers there is no reason to be racing aggressive. Let's chill out for a bit.
The wild thing, though, too, Derek, is he obviously doesn't know because he's leading the race. He can't see what's going on behind him. Neither of those 2 accidents that we've seen to start this one off at lap 6 or at lap 15, neither were because of aggressive driving. Yeah, one was a car in the wall into turn 3 that just changed the way that the entry happened, and one was a car with damage that just veered left, right? Neither of which were anything intentional, anything aggressive at all, just kind of unfortunate incidents so far.
Yeah, I unfortunately, with the bad luck I have in the NASCAR series, I don't really have that luxury of sitting up where Mitchum is and yelling at other drivers, let's clean it up. So I'm always caught up in it. But you never know. You got just a little speck of mirror to see what's going on behind you.
Right. I prefer to do my yelling either in the broadcast booth or in the race control booth.
I do not like when you yell. Scares me.
Anyway.
Scares me straight.
We digress. Way back off the pace car here is Mitchum. Obviously a veteran, knows what he's doing. Stellard as well. Knows how to control these restarts, not only for speed for himself, but also the safety of the field, which is something that you definitely like to see when a driver understands the bigger picture that this is a 200-lap event and we aren't even a 10th of the way through it yet. Already had 2 accidents and, 8 drivers used a fast repair?
Yeah,
it is
those 8. Yep, those 8 drivers are going to have to play it smart, tiptoe around the tulips, some would say, and hopefully make it to the end, but it's going to be a long way to get there.
Were you watching McConey last night and all the music references? That would have fit right in last night.
I always watch V-Speed, partner.
Wild stuff.
V-Speed on top.
Wild
as
stuff.
We're going to the green.
Here we go. Restart number 2 of the day. Drivers fan out further back. Everyone able to make it through that one okay, but that was close for a few drivers.
Yeah, not sure really what happened there. Somebody may have been sleeping on the start, but glad it was all said and done as we still got a battle for the lead here. And again, the top 5, I'm not quite sure if Barnes just not getting the best reading on the jump, or these top 5 of Smith, Fields, Wade, Mitchum, and Stellard are just all in sync and pulling
3
away.
wide for the lead. Sheridan got there and backed out of it at the last second. I thought he was going to force 3 wide. Obviously made the right decision to not go for that move as the hole was closing quickly, but that should bring Barnes and company back into the fray. Of course, we are in the fixed setup, which we mentioned at the top of the show, so everyone has the same base under them. But the IndyCar, unlike the stock cars, Derek, there are many adjustments you can make in car for driver comfort, which is essentially speed. Weight jackers, some right rear spring adjustments, plus 20, negative 20, and everything in between to allow you to stiffen or soften the spring and help that car rotate or not. ARBs, which are how stiff and how much body roll the car will have in the front and in the rear. And of course, probably the most important one tonight, fuel maps. Fuel map 1, what driver's running right now, at least at the front of the field. Get that thing wound up, max fuel ratio as fast as you can go in it. Fuel map 2 through 5, lessening the ratio of fuel to air. Allows the car to roll leaner, makes you go slower, but you save a lot of fuel that way. 6 and 7 are remaps of 1, so you don't need to use those for road courses. And then map 8 under caution to save fuel at a maximum level. You go fuel map 8 on a green run, you will blow the motor up, and that will be the end of your day.
Yeah, I talked to some drivers before the race, in between drivers meeting and practice, and some guys are running fuel map 3. It's saving them about 2 to 3 laps of fuel. You don't want to be the first one to pit, and sometimes you don't want to be the last one to pit, as we see Mitchum trying to go onto the inside of his teammate of Stellard, and he gets the lead going into turn 1.
They usually say you want to be the first to pit last. That's how the adage goes. Battle back here for 21st. Kratzer Holston. Holston struggling a little bit right now.
Has had a really, really hard season in the IndyCar, not being able to finish even one race. Hopefully he can finish the Indy 500 and just mark that off his list in the iRacing series.
What a race to have your first finish in of the season. The Indy 500, the longest one, the big one, the marquee event. As Addison has had a moment, he has crashed into turn number 3. We have no caution. There it is. Caution is out. Addison and Rodman have the problems. They are side by side. I wonder where the contact happened. I would say probably right here. Yep, there it is. Rodman caught the curb. Bounced up the racetrack.
Just watching that replay, obviously I don't really get to watch much of the IndyCar series, but you see how fragile these bodies are. Just a little contact goes and rips the fenders and wings off.
So he caught the curb right there. Balled him up the racetrack. And then broke the time-space continuum and phased through the 81. Damage to the nose. Shouldn't be a long time to repair that car. I think he's actually already off pit road after about 10 seconds. But either way, that is a fairly substantial amount of damage to the nose. That car is not going to drive very well without the damage repaired.
And Morgan, we've been watching, obviously, Wade, Stellar, and Mitchum kind of pull away from everyone else. But Mitchum and Stellar are passing the leadoff like it's a baton, like a track meet,
right,
so to speak. Is there anything that Wade can do to, split this up and get it to where Mitchum is on defense from Wade or Stellar's on defense from Wade?
Two-part answer. One, yes, of course, you could, when they're doing that swap, you could find a time when they're side by side, get a good run, and slide into second. The other answer is I don't know if you want to. At this point in the race, as Stellard is going to fake pit road, I would be content to run third as long as I'm in touch with the leaders because I can save more fuel. This will become, in some way, shape, or form, a fuel decision at some point in this race. So having a little more fuel now and being able to run, maybe he's running fuel map 2 and just chilling. I doubt it. I think he's still in 1, but he's chilling, whatever the case is. Right behind Mitchum and Stellar, getting that draft and saving a lot of fuel.
You got to save the liquid of the fuel so you could drink the liquid of the milk.
That's a hashtag I've never seen before, Sandra. But I think that means we need to have a look at our last place runner, Joshua Gillen. There he is back there. For everybody watching at home, all 40 of you hanging out with us here, let me know who you're rooting for today, who you want to see win the Indy 500. Who you think deserves a little bit more airtime than they're getting at the moment. There is Joshua Gillen on screen as we're about to go green here. See some love for Crowder, some love for Barnes. Oh, one more lap here before we get this thing fired back up. I do want to watch Barnes. I think he's further back in the field now, so it won't be the same. Won't be the same conversation. What happened? Where is Barnes? Where'd he go? 14th. There he is. He has struggled on these initial starts. You mentioned restarting in 6th. There was always a big gap between 5th and 6th.
Yeah, I don't know if he's not getting a good read or maybe he's running a different fuel, weight jack. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, the times that he was restarting behind Aaron Smith when he was 5th, he's just, like you said, he has a pillow and his blankie and, you know, a nice book and warm milk.
Yeah. Gonna have to get sorted out in front of him. Zachary King, who, remember, he did not qualify it on speed yesterday. He is in essentially as a fill-in, as a replacement for, I think, Eldon Stewart, who decided to not race here today. So getting a second chance at it was dejected yesterday. And this, I believe, is race 2 of 4 for him today. Trying to go 1,200 miles for Zachary King across many different cars on many different circuits, this being the second of his 4 attempts today. It's a wild day. It's a lot of racing there.
We talk about these guys doing 1,100 miles, but golly, Zach doing 4 races in one day. I cannot do that, partner.
I tip my cap to him. Mitchum, Stellard, Wade, Fields, Leonard, your top 5. Off of turn 4. The power has been put down. Driver in the wall back there. Someone caught the wall.
That's going to split the pack up a little bit.
I think it was Soto. No, car behind Soto. It was Kratzer. Kratzer caught the wall. Kind of slowed that whole line down. As we're going to see a few drivers trying to work through the field who just pit. Will fresh tires make a difference for Christian Barnes, who's already up 1 from where he started? Out of the lead rages on, Mitchum Stellard as well. Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Christian Barnes obviously pitted right there after the caution. So he's with his teammate, I would think his teammate, Zachary King. Really good friends. So hopefully they don't make any contact and can get up front and work together and knock Stellar and Mitchum off as they're just trading it back, you know, like football.
The first driver to pit the bright yellow machine of Aaron Smith just in front of Barnes.
That's your guy.
It is. Benke getting worked over by Peter Soto. Fairly big gap separating 7th and 8th as Hawthorne is well up the road. See, that's a pretty big gap. That's like half the straightaway.
Yeah, typically we see 7 Hawthorne having this type of gap as a leader, but on defense, or excuse me, yeah, on offense, sitting 7th, that's not typically something we see in the KAYTEE IndyCar series as 7 Hawthorne running 7th, trying to chase down the leaders.
Remember, he started back in like 17th position. Like, it was quite a significant increase for him.
Little snaking, little defense, offense, blocking a little bit as Stellar gets around Mitchum this time going to turn number 3.
Wade thought about it, thought better of it. I'm hearing Joshua Gillen, 33rd place driver right now, having problems with the weight jacker.
Oh, no.
That is going to lead to a very long day. Well, it's going to be a very, very long day with double duty for the 10. Another pass for the lead. Mitchum back to the point. As Benke and Soto still scrapping. This time for a spot a few back.
And guys like Aaron Smith or Christian Barnes, the guys that pitted, how aggressive do you want to be? Do you want to get around these guys and gain that track position? Or are you still just trying to save fuel, make it, maybe one less stop than everybody else?
Well, I think if you wanted to do one less stop, you wouldn't have pit at 20. You'd still be on the racetrack. If I'm Smith, if I'm Barnes, I just don't want to be leading a pack. I want to be ideally probably second or third in the line, enough to be in the tow, but not enough to be burning the fuel. As these top two still scrapping it out. I'm pretty sure they're just trying to save fuel off each other. If neither of them leads the whole time, then they'll still be even on fuel. Is why Mitchum and Stellar continue to swap the lead back and forth. And Wade, again, is happy to sit there in third and save more fuel than both of them.
We have a huge gap in between 7 of Hawthorne and Macrelli, sitting 8th. 6 seconds. That is wild to see there.
There's your top group. Here comes your second group. See it at the line here. This is your lead pack. Sip your macchiato.
Do your taxes.
Second pack. It's a big group. But you make a mistake, you fall a long, long way through this field. That's everyone. Fantastic. And we are really snaking here. Peter Soto trying to follow Macrelli, who's got the wobbles down the straightaway. Of course, that is a natural move here in Indianapolis to try and break the draft, although I don't know really why you'd want to break the draft. At this point in the day, I think you'd probably be content to not maybe practice for later. It's always good to practice. We have a moment. Let's look at some driver cameras. Toby Anderson will be the first one.
In his cotton candy machine.
Yes, scrumptious.
Scrumptious.
Got his jersey on. And all of the other things in that room. It's like an I Spy game.
Yeah, one thing.
Oh, crash for the lead. Crash up at the front of the field. Stellard and Mitchum on pit road. Not a crash, on pit road. Lap 35 could tell us a lot about fuel mileage today.
My stomach dropped.
Yeah,
oh
mine too. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, one thing I'm seeing with Cody Anderson here is that he's not wearing like headphones. Maybe coming through the TV with the audio. I have to be able to listen to everything. What a nice smile. But yeah, I have to listen to everything. So I have overhead headphones.
Right.
I don't know about you. I know you do a lot of racing too, but I got to be able to hear everything. What my tires are doing, what's going around the car, the fans, the car,
the fans,
the tires,
the
fans.
I understand. A few other drivers on pit road, Sheridan Wade, Nate Fields bring it down. So 36 laps with the 2 cautions tells me that our fuel window is probably closer to 30 than the 45 from earlier.
Yeah, I'm going to have to talk to that driver. I'm not quite sure where he came up with 45, but I'm gonna have to talk to him.
45
and let
fuel
him know.
map 8.
Maybe.
That's going to give Christian Leonard the lead. I see 5 drivers. Benke just hit pit road here, who have yet to pit in this race. Leonard, Hawthorne, Heyman, and Peter Soto. We'll have to bring it down the pit lane here in the next handful of laps. I'm thinking like 2 at the most laps. These were all back in the pack, these drivers, so they should have a little bit more fuel.
We got Seven Hawthorne announcing to the drivers that he is coming in along with Seth Heyman.
That'll leave Leonard on track. Peter Soto in as well. So 1 driver to finish the cycle. He has earbuds in. Okay. We've learned Cody Anderson wearing earbuds. I don't know why we need to deep dive on this, but now you all know at home. Terrific. Thank you. Chat always has the answers, right? Always.
They always do. They always do. When in doubt, believe chat.
Yes, that's what we do. Leonard trying to believe in his fuel calculator. We'll bring it down pit road here. 38 laps. That's a long ways. We'll hand the lead to McCrelly, who pit 22 laps ago. So by that math, probably another 10 to 12 until the 75 is going to bring it down pit road. 14 going a lap down there. That would be Steve Tucker in 25th position. A look at the driver. Harpoon design on the side, familiar here on V-Speed broadcasts. Seen that logo many, many times here on the channel. Leonard now on pit road will fall back into the 20s with this cycle.
Yeah, one thing I'm looking at, Mitchum and Stellard, Mitchum, Stellard, Wade, the guys at the class of the field running 18th, 19th, 20th. So there's some drivers that either short pitted, had a better entrance, the cycle, whatever it is. It is very, very interesting to see these 3 who were the lead guys, the guys that needed to be on top, who said that they were going to be on top, now running 18, 19, 20. So now they're going to have to dice through this field and probably work together and save some fuel.
Yeah, to break it down for everybody at home, what it's looking like right now is that there are 3 distinct strategies. There's drivers who pit about 25 laps ago. That includes McCrelly and Kratzer, last pit on 15. The drivers who pit on 24, Smith, Barnes, Lewis, and a whole host of others. And the drivers who pit 5 laps ago on 36 or in that range, Stellard, Mitchum, Wade. Which one of the 3 will be the fastest? Will they converge? Will they continue to diverge? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves the rest of the way, but strategy is going to be intriguing all night long.
And coming from the stock car, the NASCAR world here in the Mississippi Racing League, it is very, very nice to finally see green flag pit stops. I don't know about you,
Morgan.
Morgan.
It's been a few weeks, yeah.
It's I didn't even know that it even existed. So this is awesome to see. I'm just having a great day.
I don't think
being
we've
with
seen
you.
green flag stops since Sonoma. Actually, now that I think about it. I think that's right. Last time we saw green flag stops was in Sonoma a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, this is a welcome sight, certainly.
Seemed like everybody has officially calmed down. They know it's a long race. 200 laps isn't a shootout. You got to play some strategy. You got to play the long game. And these drivers are finally getting spread out and not being aggressive. I'm not saying these drivers were aggressive at the time, as we got.
This is off schedule. I don't know why Holston's on pit road. He only pit 18 laps ago.
As the team owner of this driver, I need to text the team and see what's going on.
Yeah, that is odd. I'm not sure what is happening there. Potentially sees a strategy way forward that he just needed a short pit at that point to make it to the end of green. But I mean, that's going to give up all the track position to the 98. Crowder, Marcamini, trying to work through the field here. Oh, somebody just had, I think, had a moment. Zach White potentially. Kobe here.
Oh my goodness.
And there's Holston working around them.
Well, he most likely is going to get that lap back.
Potentially. Let's go find out what happened to Corey Kobe. One of the sleeper picks for today's event. Yeah, just 2 cars in the same spot. Someone else piled in here later. Oh man, big. Is that Soto?
Yeah, that it looks like it was Peter Soto.
I think that's Peter Soto. That was a big hit for Soto. It is the 4. I don't know who the green car is. Is it Baldwin? Oh, it is Baldwin. Gary Baldwin Jr., who was minding his own business.
The interstate looking.
Yeah, it's gonna give me some Kyle Busch vibes. This car. Watch Kobe one more time. I think we might be able to see here. Just got aero tight a little bit. Baldwin may have came down a touch. Regardless, they met at a point, and then they spun. Yeah, that's just a bit of a racing incident. Combination of 2 drivers both making minute mistakes in the situation, and they will both get punished for it severely in terms of damaged race cars and track position loss.
Yeah, one thing that I'm noticing, anytime that you get into the that above the or on the halo,
right,
there's some guys that are in 6th gear, some guys in 5th gear.
Right.
So not sure if that's part of the fuel map, but very, very interesting is we got a whole group of guys coming down.
So I can answer that a little bit for you. My understanding is that 5th gear by yourself is faster in race trim, and 6th gear gives you the top end in the draft. So if you're leading the line or you're by yourself, 5th gear is faster. If you are in a pack of cars and you need the top end a little bit extra to not red line middle of the straightaway, that's when you use 6th gear. As Barnes completely missed the pit stall. You see the top of your screen, the pink car wiggling back and forth, doing a little crab walk. That is inefficient. There's a few drivers stay out, so we will not see a wave around for Holston, I don't believe. We may. Lapierre stayed out in the 23. Oh, no. Holston, the first car behind Lapierre. The 14 will get a wave. Steve Tucker. Of course, there are no lucky dogs here. But Lapierre staying out is going to trap Holston and a bunch of other drivers a lap down.
Yeah, Holston got on the radio and talked about how he was not happy that he stayed out and not going to get his lap back here.
Yeah, you have to wonder, too, from Lapierre's point of view, he's only got another 10 laps under green or so. This is a pretty bold decision to stay out here. Maybe he brings it down pit road this time by. Will incur the penalty, but will get himself right set up on fuel because he's the only driver right now, besides Tucker, on this strategy of running it out as far as he can.
And we're being told by race control, you probably know more about this than I do, but Adam Holston does not have to go to the back of the field.
No, he does not. IndyCar rules stipulate that you can restart where you run, wherever you cycle out as a lap car. Hawthorne, black flag. I think he maybe sped on pit road. So that means that your leader, Lapierre, is going to obviously lead the field to green. Holston, who is back in 24th, will be second car in line. And then I believe Ullman is part of that group. Yeah, Borghi, then Ullman, then second place John Stellard, then Mitchum, then Wade, et cetera, et cetera. So this will be an interesting start because the difference in pace between the 3 cars behind the leader and Mitchum Stellard, it's a pretty big difference in speed. It's going to be fascinating restart, Derek.
It's going to be very, very difficult for these drivers to be on the same page as we're about to go green.
Pace car, mere moments, jerking the wheel to the left to bring it down the pit lane. It's a very aggressive pit entry here for the pace car. Just watch the weight transfer. Also, we're right up on the pace car here. Remember, the other drivers, Mitchum, when he was pacing, 20 or 30 car lengths behind the pace car. This could cause issues. Oh, that you can't go to the inside.
Yeah, race control is going to be looking at that. I don't think you can go to the end. Or you just said.
Oh,
he's
the leader just spun. Lapierre's around and back up on the racetrack. Caution should be out. There it is. Trevor Lapierre spins from the lead.
I don't know if he had help or if it was just tires. We're going to take an instant replay here.
Oh, he hit the curb. He got the grass. Being in clean air, that's probably the best the car turned all day. Didn't have dirty air to deal with, and flipped the grass, pulled the left run around, and 23 now damaged on pit road.
Yeah, we did get rain overnight, so the grass is a little bit slipperier. Maybe, I'm not quite sure. It is sim, so, but that you hate to see it being the leader and getting on the grass. Maybe got the butterflies, got the energetic nerves, being the leader, and just I'm not quite sure. I don't know how you do that.
I mean, I've made plenty of mistakes in all forms of iRacing roles that I do, driver, broadcaster, race control, because of nerves every now and then, right? You get excited that, oh man, I'm leading a race I didn't expect to be leading in, or I have a restart with 2 to go against great competition, or whatever the case is, or I'm calling a big event like the KAYTEE Indy 500, and you fumble over your words or whatever, but you just have to dial it back and understand the moment and rise above it. Lapierre with the one faster pair left, I believe, should be able to get back in this race and give it another go. Led at the quarter mark. Still 3/4 this race left to go. A lot of time to be able to get back into the swing of things. A little bit of housekeeping, Derek. Good news on that caution for the drivers trapped a lap down. Holston, Borghi, and Ullman. Not only are they able to pit, but they also get their lap back. Holston will not pit. The other two will.
And don't look now. Top 4, Stellard, Mitchum, Wade, Fields, the guys that have been up front majority of this race are back taking charge of the field.
Yeah, we've cycled through. There is still 2 different strategies distinctly. Stellard, Mitchum, Wade, Fields, Leonard, and Heyman. They pit a dozen laps ago. Smith and everyone behind them pit 4 laps ago. So 8 laps separating the 2 groups of drivers. So I'm reading the chat, and I'm seeing some good attempts at plays on words from teammate Jacob Cochran, but I'm going to have to work on those a little bit, pal. You were saying, Derek?
The 86 was getting a black flag for restart infraction from the race control.
The 86, really? Corey Kobe.
86.
Well,
yeah, I believe he was a lap car, and he was that gold car on the restart on the inside wall.
Okay. Understood. Understood. Minimize mistakes. Limit problems. Easier said than done, of course. It's a 200-lap race at 230 miles an hour. Of course, it's difficult to minimize mistakes, but the unforced ones, the speeding on pit road, the lane changes, the bad strategies where you make the decisions, those ones have to stop, because that will kill your race. That'll take you out of a chance to win one of the most prestigious races of the entire season. Big gap here. Stellard back to Mitchum. See the pace car 3 country miles away. Could bring it down pit road in moments. As Caleb Hunt is right now on pit road. Something happened to Hunt. He crashed.
Oh no.
Onto pit road. We'll get through the start and go back and see what happened to Caleb. One quarter down, 3 quarters to go here in Indianapolis. While we have a moment here, let's go back and see what happened to Caleb Hunt. Something brought this car to pit road with pretty heavy damage here. Maybe Derek, you can watch live, make sure that we're not missing anything on track, as Mitchum and Stellard have caught back up to each other here. Oh, there he is right there. Just crashed into the wall in turn 3. That will do it. Back live, Stellard, Mitchum, Sheridan Wade waits in the wings as Zach White just had a whale of a moment, and we are 3 wide in front of him. Benke down to the bottom. What happened to Zach White? Look at that car all the way on the access road. Hit the wall? Sure did. Good job not making that worse. Seth Heyman meatball flag.
Defending, not defending, but Indy 500 winner. Yeah, former. As finally Sheridan Wade is caught up to Mitchum and Stellard here.
Caught the wall a ton. Now your quintet is back. Sorry, go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, I mean, for the longest time, for a few laps, Wade was kind of 7/10, 8/10 behind Mitchum and Stellard here, and he finally got up. So, not sure if it was just the restart or saving fuel. Again, a lot of things. Oh no,
what happened? Nate Fields, that's a connection issue. The wheel disconnected. Oh my goodness, that is he's back. We're back. That's a heartbreaker for Fields. He shouldn't lose more than a lap here. I have never seen a disconnect and reconnect so fast.
Makes me wonder if it was something, I don't know.
It's almost like a loose USB, right? Because that's what happens when your steering wheel disconnects. But he got incredibly lucky he didn't hit anything, because that car could have annihilated the inside wall. And quick thinking to not make it worse. He's got a lot of work to get up to where he was before.
Definitely not ideal. But fortunate for him. I don't think he got any damage, if any. Only just track position being the damage. But still long race. We're not even halfway through this race, partner.
A lot of racing to go. Just crested the hour mark of the show. Hopefully you're comfortable at home. Let us know. What are you snacking on? What are we eating? while we're watching 500 miles at Indianapolis for the Mystic Racing League and the KT IndyCar Series. I want to know what's in the snack rotation for all of you watching at home. Marcamini getting worked over by Macrelli. Marcamini's been quiet today, too. Quietly in the top 10 all day.
And don't look now. Aaron Smith cracking into the top 5 now.
First driver on the alternate strategy. It's Aaron Smith.
Last pitted lap 45 compared to lap 34 of Mitchum and Stellard. And Wade pitted on lap 35. But to answer your question, I got carrots and celery, partner.
Ah, healthy. I like to hear it. I like to hear it. Oh, some people are tucked in bed at 5:30 a.m. cheering on Stellard and Mitchum. Now that is dedication to the game right there. Love to hear it. There are those two mentioned.
That is way too early for me.
So you've been watching since 4:30 a.m. Props to you.
We appreciate you.
Sure do.
Here on V-Speed. V-Speed.
Da, 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 da. Anyway, I digress. McCrelly still trying to catch up to Marcamini, bringing in Ashton Crowder into the mix. And not too far back, Cody Anderson, along with Dustin Lewis, couple drivers being fairly quiet here tonight.
Yeah, these top 6 drivers, man, I tell you what, I don't know if none of these drivers have a mistake on pit road, on track, get in a wreck. I think one of these top 6 is going to be your Indy 500 or Indy 500 winner.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess. We still have 140 laps to figure it out. We got some race fans hyped up on Mountain Dew. Love to hear it.
Did they say that they're all jacked up on Mountain Dew?
Yes, they are all jacked. It's exactly. Oh, hyped up. Hyped up on Mountain Dew, not jacked up.
Hyped up. Oh, not jacked. No, okay.
Not jacked, just hyped.
Not with the slang.
Borgie working around Holston, they're both back on the lead lap, battling for 18th position. Not much of a battle right now as Holston's got a little bit of work to do. And these two can't really sort it out for 7th.
No, they cannot. They are swapping it back and forth and very, very, I don't want to say aggressive, but this is actually entertaining right now.
It has been. This has been the best battle on the racetrack. Obviously, the leaders continue to swap, but that is less of a battle, more of a strategic decision. These two, I can pretty much guarantee, aren't working together right now. They're trying to pass each other, and this racetrack is making it difficult to do so with the long straightaways and the flat corners. Did you know, Derek, that this race and these cars, not necessarily this version of car, is the reason Daytona and Talladega are the way that they are?
I did not know that, and I appreciate them.
That as to why that is. Obviously, Indy cars being open wheel, having tons of downforce, and being very fast, able to touch 200 miles an hour at Indianapolis, made other governing bodies, NASCAR, go, I wonder how we can make our cars go that fast. Obviously, they can't turn as well as Indy cars because they're not open wheel, no downforce on the nose of those behemoths. What if we added aggressive banking at Daytona and Talladega? And then they were born in 59 and 69 respectively. And that's why I think most NASCAR tracks are fairly banked, is because we can see those high speeds. and not necessarily have tons of braking like we see in Indianapolis in the stock cars.
Well, I will formally say thank you, okay, Indianapolis and the open wheel racing, because Daytona and Talladega, just for me, love it. One of my favorite. Now we got Echo Park. You know, but might as well make every track a very high bank, high speed. Let's do it for Martinsville too. Let's just tear it down, do it.
Borgie gets around Benke. Borgie's on the charge right now. 17's running some pretty quick lap times. One of the fastest, if not the fastest, on the racetrack. To put it in perspective, the leaders are running 40.6s and 7s. Borgie just ran a 41 flat. It's a little slower than the leaders, but still getting it.
It's the neon yellow wheels. That's what it is.
Joshua Gillen is not having a good time today. Said by the time he's done with this, he's going to be about 3 shots of crown deep. So that's unfortunate. Keep plugging away. 2 laps down. Last car running. Joshua Gillen in a 10.
He needs to focus on trying to get his 2 laps back and fixing that weight jacker than texting. Actually, no. Continue to type in our chat. We appreciate the comments, Joshua.
We do. But also, try and fix the weight jacker. Double duty. See a lot of it today. In fact, I believe he's also doing double duty today. I think he's going to run both races, or at least attempt to run both races.
And a gentleman that we haven't spoke about doing the double, Morgan, you're doing the double. Doing it both the Indy 500, obviously, right now, and the Charlotte 600 later tonight.
Yeah, it'll be fun, I'm sure. Long day, but it is what it is.
I am here for you if you need anything, partner.
May have a chat with you in the 600 as we see the top 2 peel down to the pit lane. Lap 67, 1/3 of the way through this one. Sheridan Wade will inherit the lead. Christian Leonard, Aaron Smith. As that was 33 laps, and that one was essentially green. So that tells me that, again, the pit window is right around 30 laps.
Yeah, again, I'm going to have to really speak to the person that told me 45.
Question that driver. What the heck were you doing? Here comes Wade. Leonard again will run a few laps long. Of course, he has a little bit left in the tank to do that. And then Aaron Smith should be about 6 laps behind this pit stop.
I have to talk to the KAYTEE IndyCar officials to get that driver that I spoke to that's at 45 to. We need an inspection. We need to see that fuel tank.
Yeah. Here is Zachary King. I have never
really
seen
focused.
a ceiling fan rubbered in before.
That is. You need to clean your ceiling fan blades.
Goodness gracious. Anyway, running 12th. Remember, this was the last driver to make it into the field here today. Did not qualify on time yesterday. Ended up getting in on essentially a provisional when a driver in front of him bowed out of the race. Coulter Clark, the other driver in that boat, who's 2 laps down in 30th. Zachary King making the most of his attempt here today.
One of 4 races. We talked to Zachary King earlier this week. 4 races tonight. He has this one, the Charlotte. He has one in between this and the Charlotte 600, and then the 600, and then another one at like 11 p.m. Dedicating his time and energy to iRacing and all the leagues he does. Shout out to him.
Fields on pit road, just leaving the pit lane now. We just got word from chat from the person who is laying in bed, has more information about fuel mileage than we do. 28 laps on the full push, max fuel save 35 laps. Thank you for that, appreciate it.
Still gonna go with my driver who told me 30 laps.
I mean, that's in the middle.
Adam Holston's never wrong.
Well, anyway, good battle here. This is for 10. We don't need to get into that right now. Wes Lang trying to chase down Christian Barnes. I haven't spoke of Wes Lang at all today. Solid run right now. On the same strategy as everybody in front of him. Just slowly but surely. In the Purdue car.
Yeah, I guess the nice thing is you want to have kind of a quiet day, unless you're the leader. You know, if you're the leader, obviously we're going to be talking about you a lot. But having a quiet day means that you don't have any mistakes. You weren't involved in any accidents. So, Wes Lang sitting 11th on strategy, looking to get into the top 10 here.
Gary Baldwin Jr. just had a moment off of turn 2. Remember, we saw this car spin earlier. Yeah, down way. Oh, that's a great save. Oh my goodness. That's worth a second look. What on earth? I mean, this is hard to do, Derek.
Yeah, I mean, he got really low early in the corner. And obviously no grip, and that is, again, Tokyo Drift 4-wheel slide.
Yeah, what a save is, right? You mentioned Christian Leonard on pit road while that save occurred, or while we watched the replay of that save, I should say. That's going to give Aaron Smith the lead for the first time today. In a familiar place here on V-Speed for all of his yellow cars.
Makes me wonder if that's his favorite color.
I would imagine it is. He may be a fan of Lyrical Lemonade. I'm not sure. Everything Yellow, I believe, was their last album's name.
More of a Milo's Lemonade, but, you know, who's counting?
I'm sure someone is. Someone's keeping track at home.
Tell you what, we are counting. 75 laps of 200. Almost halfway through this race.
Oh,
we
big
got
hit.
Oh, no.
Who is? I can't tell who that is. Is that the 10?
I think that's Joshua Gillen. Yeah.
It is Joshua Gillen. Oh, man. It's not going to end his day. He still has a fast repair left, but he might want it to be the end of his day. Yeah, just hit the wall a ton. Couldn't steer it, hit the brakes, and nuttied. Get the left one to match. Symmetry. In motion. Now stopped.
Already 4 laps down, and yeah, 4 laps down, having issues already with the weight jack. We got more cars coming down the pit road for fuel. 4 tires, I'd imagine.
Now we are right on the edge. You've seen a lot of drivers at pit road. 31 laps on this run for your entire top 10. Holston, I believe, bringing it down. Yes.
That's my guy. Not my pick, but he's my guy.
See, off of turn number 4. Not this time for your leader. Benke, I believe, bringing it down pit road.
I think that was at 75.
McCoy Benke is stopped on the racetrack. McCoy Benke crashed.
Oh, no.
So did Zach White. Catch up to both those drivers. Same thing down. I don't know what it is about down below that white line in turn 2, but you don't want to be there. There's Benke into the wall.
Hard lick.
And Zach White, I believe, crashed coming to pit road. Yes. Another look at Zach White's issues. 2 issues at exactly the same time. Yeah, really shallow entry here for White. And hit the brake pedal, and it just went straight left. That thing is done. And that will be the end of his day, more than likely. A few other drivers, a lot of drivers on pit road right now. We've heard for Joshua Gillen, Weight Jacker is either plus 20 or minus 20 with nothing in between. That is unfortunate. Is your leader Crowder's on pit road?
Yeah, I talked to Crowder. You and I actually did yesterday. Learning a little bit about him. Came from the iRacing E NASCAR series.
A former Coke driver. That is impressive.
Explains why he's so fast in the NASCAR stuff.
It does. It's all coming together now.
Making his debut as yeah, I was gonna say making his debut here in Mystic Racing League, along with most of these drivers in this field, as we see 7 Hawthorne coming down pit road, relinquishing the lead.
Yeah, debut for who will inherit the lead here, Borgie. He's been one of the more aggressive drivers today, I might add. Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know if they realized the leader was right behind them when they fanned out too wide to try and get off pit road. That was sketchy.
And don't look now. The top 3 have changed just a little bit. Wade has gotten by Stellar to Mitchum. So whenever Borgie does make his pit stop, Wade is going to be your leader.
It looks like much more efficient on pit road. About a second less in the box is what it came down to for Sheridan Wade, and that is going to leapfrog him into the top spot once we cycle through, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened to Mitchum. Mitchum is about a little over a second behind these two right now, so maybe saving fuel, or he just had some issues on pit road. Not quite sure.
It's probably something to do with the pit exit. It just wasn't as efficient on pit exit as Stellard was. Maybe didn't catch draft the way Stellard did. He's still in the window to get the draft, but he's got to be precise, and he's got to make sure it happens right here.
Now, Stellar and Mitchum being teammates, would you think Stellar would back out just a little bit to
He's doing it right now. You can see it happening at this moment.
Yep.
He was about 2/10 behind. Now it's half a second back for Stellar. Mitchum still can't get there, though. Oh, might now have the draft. I think now they're together. But even if Stellard falls all the way back and they lose the draft of Wade, they can still slingshot each other and leapfrog each other to get there. Good battle back here. Hawthorne and Anderson, among others. Dustin Lewis involved as well. One of those patriotic ducks today.
Quack, quack. I was waiting for it.
It's been a while. We saw one of them get wounded earlier with Caleb Hunt, who will finish 33rd here today. Zach White has also called it quits in 32nd. You Joshua Gillen, all you got to do is just keep it on the racetrack, and you might end up in the top 30 here today. Be all right. Head up. Heyman, black flag. What did Heyman? I think it was a pit exit violation. Let's go back and check it out. I believe you have to stay under the white line on the exit. What would it have been here?
It looks like he did clip the grass a little bit.
That
which
had to be it.
That would be it.
Unfortunate. Pass-through penalty. That will pretty much end the chances of winning for Seth Heyman. I bet Caleb is mad. I mean, you prepare 2 different qualifying sessions, many runs to get here. Qualified well, too, did Caleb Hunt. And all of a sudden, you end up out of the race, finishing 33rd. This race, I believe, Derek, requires more preparation in terms of actual sessions than any other I've been a part of, save for big money Daytona 500s. A lot of effort goes into this.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking off of broadcast. This is, again, first time broadcasting with you. Broadcasted Tuesday, Wednesday I had a race, Thursday I had a race, broadcasted with you Friday, and now here we are. We're doing 2 broadcasts in one day. It's a lot of racing. So these guys have been preparing and setting these cars up, finding what they need to do, and just I bet you most of these guys probably have already done an Indy 500 with the amount of laps they've already done this week.
I think some are encroaching on that number for sure. McCrelly is creeping up through the field on the same sequence as Aaron Smith. This is effectively the lead for the alternate strategy. McCrelly started on the last row, back in 30th spot. What a run.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I would want to snake. I know maybe he's just trying to get some. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I don't know if I want to snake. You're 6 seconds ahead or behind the top 3. You have 6, 7 cars. I'm not understanding it, partner.
Well, I'm not going to argue with him because the dude's gained 26 spots today, so I think he can. I'll just let him do what he does. I agree with you, though. I think it's a little aggressive. We're just now about to crest halfway. Of course, that would be at lap 100. We're about to start lap number 90 here in moments. Oh, chat, you guys are too much. Joshua Gillen, I am really impressed that you're able to type as much as you do and still maintain that you're on the racetrack. I'm not sure if you're reading chat, Derek, but Gillen saying he feels bad for me having to have to share the booth with you 3 times this week. You guys can hash that out on the racetrack later tonight in the Charlotte 600 here on V-Speed. Following this race by about an hour, should we continue on at this pace.
Yeah, Gillen needs to focus on driving and not texting. But, yeah, we'll hash it out at Charlotte 600. Hey, by the way, can I borrow the V-Speed helicopter again?
Do what you got to do.
Heck yeah. Hoping that I could get that in my contract when I signed.
Yeah. Anyway, this group, this is the closest pack on the racetrack.
The difference is they're not snaking on the straightaways as we saw the other one. So, and it looks like they are gaining speed. Yeah, they're gaining, not significant, but they are gaining speed on the cars ahead of them.
Oh, driver way down there. That was Christian Barnes, who his race has really started to unravel. Remember, he was up fighting in the top 5 for a lot of the opening part of this race. He's back to 15th and has not really had a lot of speed in the 27. Remember, did he not win this race last year? Was he not the defending champion in Indy 500?
He is the defending champion. We talked about this earlier, that Seth Heyman and Christian Barnes are the only 2 in this field that could be multi-time Mystic Racing League KT IndyCar champion, or IndyCar 500 champion, sorry. So, and it's starting to look like we're going to have a new face among that history.
Look at the gaggle Sheridan Wade has to deal with. Passing by Ullman to put him a lap down. That's 21st. Next driver in front of him is Steve Tucker to go a lap down. I believe Peter Soto is right in front of him. Apologies, that's Steven Addison. Yes, who's the next car? There's your leader right there. Oh, goodness. All fun up here in the V-Speed booth and on the YouTube chat. 45 of you hanging out here.
It has been a true honor. I want to do this more.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? It's a lot of fun.
The racing makes it even more fun. I don't know about what happened on Wednesday, but definitely this is amazing.
Well,
as they're getting a little fishy, a little snaky fishtail off the corners here.
I think we're getting to the point in the race, the track is rubbering in, much like that ceiling fan from earlier. And it's getting a little bit tighter, where the car doesn't want to turn as much. Of course, dirty air is going to impact that every single corner. Time to up that weight jacker just a touch. Free these cars up a little bit, get them to rotate better. As we got Mitchum trying to work up to Stellard and get around Ullman. I would think this is the most nervous part of the race for the leaders, is working through lap traffic. Oh, there's a wreck in front of him. I would say that's right. Coulter Clark is in the wall. Caution is out. Oh, my goodness. How is that for walking into it? What a segue. Golly.
Well prepared, partner. Well prepared.
One thing you'll find, too, Derek, is up here in the booth, your heart races just as much as the driver sometimes. We're loose in front of the leader. Oh, my goodness. Sheridan Wade just got a nose full of Coulter Clark. Check this out, folks. You want to see how close it was to Sheridan Wade losing his chance to win the Indy 500? Watch this. Loose, spinning, crashing. Oh my goodness. Go buy a lottery ticket and a breath mint, good sir. Oh my Lantis.
I'm surprised no one else got caught up in that spin.
That was unreal. That could not have worked out better for Sheridan Wade. Of course, it not happening in front of him would be great, but as far as the actual accident still occurring and still occurring in that location, no damage, no lost spots, and we're not that far away from ending the window for him either. He was only probably 4 to 5 laps away from pitting to begin with, so it's really not a bad spot. Yeah, you're right. Wade almost got caught up in this chat. I mean, what a terrific job to avoid the accident. Good job by Coulter Clark keeping it where he did. He didn't let it roll. He put it back up in the wall to avoid taking out anybody else. But this is going to converge these strategies back together. Remember, we were separated into 3 distinct strategies earlier. We whittled it down to 2. Now where a lot of the field is back on one strategy. With the exception of Leonard and Hawthorne, who stayed out. Everyone else on the pit lane right now. Cody Anderson sprinting across his room. I love driver cams.
That was awesome.
The 20? Where is the 20? Still on pit road, obviously. He's not in his seat right now, but he just got up and just darted across the room.
Bathroom break, probably.
Probably. It's a long race.
Yeah, we have, like you said, Seth and Hawthorne and Leonard were the two to stay out. Leonard pitting on 73 and Hawthorne pitting on lap 80.
Borky and Gasheri also stayed out. So first driver on new stuff. Sheridan Wade back in 5th, although he'll line up about 10th in line here. I think fog's starting to roll in here to Indianapolis. A little fuzzy on the picture. This is where Mike Joy would say, don't turn your television dial, ladies and gentlemen. It's just foggy.
I know we talked about it on Tuesday, possibly of not having rain, but that would be cool. I would love to see some rain hit this track and just slap some rain tires on. Let's go. Let's do it. We got windshield wipers, I think.
I don't think these cars do. No, I definitely would not want to be racing in the rain at 230 miles an hour. That would be less than ideal. A few drivers getting waved around. So now Leonard, Hawthorne, Borgie, Kasheri, and Wade will all be nose to tail in your top 5. The picture starting to come into focus. About to hit 100 laps down in this race, which means 100 laps to go in this race. It's been dominated so far by Mitchum, Stellard, and Wade. They have led, I think, all the laps to this point, if I'm not mistaken, save for some green flag sequencing laps. Leonard, Hawthorne, Borgie, and Kasheri on an alternate strategy. They pit a range of 15 to 24 laps ago, so they've got, say, 6 to 15 or so, somewhere in there, laps they have to pit. Everyone else on the lead lap pit just 1 lap ago. Pace car, I believe, will bolt to the left. Yes. Field back in the hands of Christian Leonard. And we're green again from Indianapolis. Already a pass for the lead. There goes Hawthorne. Caught him sleeping.
What a move by Seven Hawthorne. You know, we talked about him. He obviously has dominated this series, winning pretty much almost every single race. So getting the lead here in the Indy 500, maybe going to make his... Oh, my goodness.
We paced 3 wide. I don't think we've raced 3 wide yet. Look at this gaggle of cars. Oh, someone's up against the wall. That's Trevor Kratzer. That car's destroyed.
I don't think it's going to be... Yeah, he's going to get it.
He will get down pit road here. Wow.
Green flag still. Don't think your tire's supposed to look like that.
It's not supposed to wobble that way. No. Like my daughter when she was learning how to walk. Weeble wobbles. Kasheri gets worked over by McCrelly. Kasheri better be careful. Leaving that lane off the bottom. That's just helping the car behind him get the downforce required as Smith is going to go try and make a move for 8th. Easy clear. Yeah, Kratzer, I believe, has left the session. That'll be day over for the driver of the 17 after wall contact in turn 3 and 4.
Seven Hawthorne still controlling this race with Borgie, Leonard right behind.
So, Derek, we're 1/2 of the way through this one, 100 laps in the books. What has been the biggest surprise for you? And what has been the most reassuring thing that you thought before the race that continues to hold true here in this one?
Well, I'm going to say Mitchum and Stellard working together, being the class of the field with Wade. That was the key thing going into this race, that those are the 3 to beat. And if they get off strategy, if you can beat them by speed, whatever it takes, you got to split those 3 up. The thing that surprises me, not a lot of cautions. You know, this series no offense, has had some issues, and we've had a lot of green flag runs with the class. I am very, very surprised and proud of these drivers running. I think we just had a 41 lap green flag run there until we had that caution. So hopefully we can do 50, if not more than 100.
Yeah, that is the hope, of course. We just saw Stellard in the back of the frame. Caught the wall pretty good. Off of 2, will that impact that orange number 5? We are really racing at the front of the field here. We've seen Borgie try and break the draft all the way down the front stretch and back stretch pretty much every lap of this race. And we know 7 Hawthorne is a very aggressive driver. Will not stand for those kind of shenanigans.
Yeah,
There
we
see it
saw
again here.
the aggressiveness of 7 Hawthorne on Thursday in the Castle Glass series, in the NASCAR series. So still less than 100 to go. Still a long way to go, though, partner.
Oh, big hit. That was Leonard. Leonard just knocked down the turn 3 wall. That is going to put a damper on the day for the 2. You can tell way off the pace here. Oh, Banky. Golly. Just put a wild move on this group, top to bottom. Tucker had to pit for damage. Steve Tucker now rejoining back in 19th, 1 lap down. Now the second driver went down, Wade right in front of him. That is the first car one down here. I don't know if the first car one down gets a lap back or not in IndyCar. What I do know is you still want to get the spot away, so that's an important pass to make. Yeah, Leonard's on pit road now. We're trying to fix the damage. We're almost 4 wide down the front stretch.
These guys are racing like it's for the lead.
It very well may be. Lead of your day, potentially.
Yeah. That could be the move to drink some nice, cold, refreshing milk at the end of the race.
Yeah, sure could be. Nate Fields. Remember, he was up in the top 5 until he had that connection issue with the front tires. Back up to 11th, knocking on the door. And then there's the flying duck again. Leading this pack now is Dustin Lewis.
Quack, quack.
Trying to chase down Marcamini as Cody Anderson just scraped the outside wall. All right, we do have lucky dogs and wave arounds. Thank you, Race Control. So that is a very important battle, I might add. Although Leonard is now the first car one down, as Tucker is 5 seconds back. Lewis trying to hold off Fields. It's not going to happen here. Kasheri on pit road. This battling for just after the top 10 has been immense. As the top spot has sorted itself out, at least for the moment. Hawthorne makes a charge right now down the back.
Yeah, still snaking is Borgie, trying to break that draft and sneak away. It seems like he just continues to do that, and 7 Hawthorne has nothing for him.
Derek, I think we're about the time in the race where the folks who are watching this one on V-Speed, they're tired of listening to us. Let's take a quick step aside and listen to the sounds of these race cars. Let's let the race cars do the talking for a minute. We'll be back after a couple laps. The sights and sounds of Indianapolis for the 500. Saw a little bit of contact there between King, and I think that, I don't remember who that was. Got into him, but just about wobbled up the racetrack. Dustin Lewis, meatball flag. What happened? Quick instant replay for you folks. Oh, he hit the wall off of turn number 1. Seen that a lot today. Very common issue.
Yeah, it seemed like that duck lost his wing.
That's the second one. That's the second duck that we've seen get its wings clipped today.
Are we? Is there a duck hunter maybe in the stands?
Potentially.
Taking ducks out.
Potentially. Could call him Jonathan Gasheri, what he did to Caleb Hunt earlier.
Oh my goodness. I think he was a dog from Duck Hunt. Good Nintendo game.
Lewis now exiting pit lane, of course, has the faster pair left, so still able to keep it rolling. Chances aren't dashed yet. He is 1 lap down, but Leonard just a few seconds in front of him and gaining. Adam Holston has lost half the nose. That's unfortunate. Let's see if we can figure out what caused Holston his woes. He's already got it lost there, so contact somewhere. It's Hawthorne. It's on pit lane. I learned my lesson not to yell that somebody just crashed immediately, to see if they're hitting pit road first. The time you lose from the exit of turn 4 to the pit lane when you slow down for pit road is in the order of like 4 seconds. So it looks like you crashed because you slow down so rapidly on timing and scoring. We're going to kind of see it right here from Borgie, who should be pitting soon. Like right here, you hit the brakes so hard and you lose so much time that it looks like you crashed. It follows the same sort of pattern as if a car was spinning. So see Borgie on pit road, or we see a timing tower. There's Borgie on pit road. Sheridan Wade will inherit the lead back. Josh McGillen say he's throwing debris out on track. I think the 10 has been the debris on the track for a while.
He said it, not me, Josh. He said it, not me. But going back to what you were saying, we had that one incident where we were looking at it instant replay, and we thought both Mitchum and Stellard wrecked on the front stretch, but it was actually them pitting. And I'm sure you and everyone else watching, including me, stomachs dropped. We're like, oh no, Mitchum and Stellard.
Someone just pancaked the outside wall. I didn't see who that was. It was an orange car. It was Holston. Holston just destroyed the wall. Another quick replay here before we get into pit stops. He's missing basically half of the cornering power from the nose. Watch this on the exit. You're not going to want to see this, Derek. You might want to close your eyes. Boom. Wasn't as hard as I thought it was, but he's hemorrhaging time right now. Still in 16th.
Yeah.
One lap down, but hemorrhaging time.
Yeah, I'm listening to his radio. He is on pit road right now. Just unforeseen circumstances for Holston in this series. You hope that he finishes this race out. Hasn't finished a race yet in this series, as we got the battle for the lead here.
Yeah, Wade and Mitchum. Mitchum took the lead away for a minute, as McCrelly has crept up into the picture. I don't think the 75 is holding anything back. 75 also has the highest rating in the field. We're talking about road ratings here for the Indy cars, up over 4,400 I rating. Very stout.
We talk about I rating and sitting 6th, Ashton Crowder, 0.9.
Yeah, 984 is the rating for Crowder. That is the third lowest in the field. Soto and Tucker also in the 900 band. But again, we're running around an oval right now, so it doesn't particularly translate. Just a classification problem, really. One of the very few series that does equal oval and road races throughout their calendar, or close enough to equal.
I gotta say, sorry, partner. I just gotta say, these guys are putting on a show. I know that they're just trying to leapfrog and slingshot around each other, but this is awesome. How many lead changes do you think we've had so far?
You know what? That's a great question. Let's check it out. We've had 34 lead changes at the start-finish line. I might add, this does not count every time you make a pass throughout the lap. Only changes at the line to go with our 6 cautions here today. So about a caution every 20 or so laps is what we've seen. Remember, we had a rash of them right at the start. A couple long green flag runs, another rash of cautions, and then here we are now. But I think that lead changes number is going to get up somewhere into the mid-50s is where I think it's going to end. But it's been a great race so far. I kind of feel the intensity just ratcheting up every lap we complete. Things are starting to get a little more tense out here. Drivers starting to feel their grasp on this race slipping away. If you're a lap down right now, you're starting to panic. I think if you're Leonard, Lewis, Tucker, Soto, Baldwin Jr., Lang, Gasheri, Lapierre, and Rodman, who are the drivers 1 lap down, I think they're starting to panic at the moment. Only 14 on the lead lap, too. Torrid pace being set by Wade, Mitchum, McCrelly, Stellard, and Smith for top 5.
And just out of frame, Morgan, we have more cars and are about to be lapped down, rather if they're already lapped or working on getting lapped. So
now they're just around the bend. Here is the group you're talking about. Hawthorne part of that group. Yes, Hawthorne is part of that group. Hawthorne is the last car on the lead lap right now. So is Daniel Borghi. Remember, they just pit 7 laps ago, so they're okay for the sequence because everyone in front of them has to pit here in the next 5 or so laps. They have about another 23 in that area, 24 laps to go. Only drivers off strategy at the moment on the lead lap. Well, Derek, 123 laps into this race. Your first racing broadcast here on V-Speed. Thoughts? What do you think of it?
I don't want to leave. This is awesome. No, I'm truly grateful with V-Speed giving me the opportunity, you giving me the opportunity to show what I got, and you've been very helpful. And it also helps when you got great racing like we have right now. Unlike Wednesday, I'm glad I was not in the booth with you on Wednesday, but I kind of wish that I wasn't even at the track on Wednesday. It was not great.
But that aside, seeing a battle here for 21st. Drivers a lap down as Mitchum and Wade continue to battle for the lead. Tucker on pit road, I believe.
Oh, we got a caution.
Tucker crashed. Nate Fields involved as well. Oh, goodness. This changes things, folks. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that is so frustrating. Caught up with a lap car. Hit him twice for good measure. Let's see if we can ride on board here and see what caused this. And Tucker just really slipped in the straightaway. I don't know if he kind of faked down to block, but whatever that little move was right before the corner caused Fields to hesitate, took a bad entry, and it just didn't turn. And then right here, I thought there was more contact.
You just hate to see, getting caught up with a lap car. Rather, if it's your fault or not,
right.
That's the last thing you want to do is have your race, your day dictated by another lap car.
Yeah, not the feeling that drivers want. This couldn't have really timed out much better for our leaders, as they were going to pit in probably 2 laps anyway. Looking at the window to the end, we're a little bit outside of it. Remember, we heard 35 was the max fuel save number. Well, we're going to have about 74 from here, which of course would be 35 times 2 plus 4. So we're a little outside the window. A little bit outside the window here. This is going to be, of course, an Indy 500 fuel mileage event. It's just getting good, Derek.
Yes, it is. You could, like you said, you could feel the intensity ramping up every single lap, every single corner. So I'm excited.
Drivers staying out right now, I don't see any of them. Race off pit road. Mitchum's going to get it. It has been nice to see the Mitchum, Wade, and Stellard show add a few supporting characters. McCrelly, Smith, Crowder have been equally as fast as your top group. This is getting very exciting. 7 Hawthorne, only driver, as well as Marcamini. 2 drivers stay out. Hawthorne about halfway through his run. Marcamini just pit, so this is actually a great break for him. Somehow stayed on the lead lap with the pit cycle. He's going to leapfrog a bunch of cars and end up in second, leading the cars who essentially can do a full fuel run here. So great break for Marcamini.
Only 73 more laps. Obviously, still a long ways to go, but if you make a mistake now, most likely your race is over. So you just gotta go into every corner and make it perfect every single corner till you see that checkered flag, Morgan.
Yeah, nobody wants to make a mistake at all in this race, but you definitely don't want to make a mistake now, like you just said. That it's too late in the game to rebound. We've only got 1, maybe 2 pit stops left in this race. So you can't speed on pit road. You can't, miss pit entry, crash coming to pit road, or whatever the case is. Get a black flag like Heyman did on the exit of pit road. Anything like that, have to execute perfectly, both on the racetrack and in the pit lane, and in strategy and everywhere from here on out. We go back racing with a touch over 70 laps to go. Just crossed 2 hours in this one. Going by a little faster than I expected, actually, Derek. I really thought this was going to be closer to a 4-hour race. These drivers have showed that they know what to do in Indianapolis. Pace car,
18 car
off the racetrack, and we are back in the zone. 7 Hawthorne on the pedal. We're green again in Indy.
And we have a caution.
Steve Tucker. Back-to-back jacks for him. Is Fields in it again? Okay.
Oh, that is not
That's
great.
not good. I have a feeling Christian Barnes may have sparked this. I have a feeling. We'll see. Oh, the 90.
Yes.
What on earth?
So what I'm hearing from the radios was it went green, but the caution was still displayed for the drivers.
Gotcha.
There were certain drivers that went and certain drivers that did not go. Christian Barnes got on the mics and said, why are we stopping even though it was yellow?
Interesting. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, that's just... Yeah. 96 involved. That's a pretty heavy damage. That's Rodman. And this was just completely uncalled for. We're going to watch it again. Pace car doing its... Ooh, and that was completely uncalled for. Have a feeling we're not going to see that car back in the Mystic Racing League in the future. Hate to see that, though, for Christian Barnes. So there will pretty much officially not be a repeat Indy 500 winner in the field. I don't believe that Heyman is on the lead lap, is he? Heyman is disconnected from the race 30 laps ago, so no, there will not be a repeat Mystic Racing League Indy 500 winner today. There will be a new winner to go in the history books.
5th annual KAYTEE IndyCar Series 500. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's something going on with iRacing right now. The 7 Hawthorne is asking to pass the pace car. iRacing is telling him to pass it. So there's something going on with iRacing right now.
So this happened, if you remember, I talked about Sonoma. This happened at Sonoma earlier, a couple weeks ago. Do you recall when Beckett Brown pit and we were like, oh, pit road's closed, that was actually illegal? The reason was because the pace car never actually got to its pit stall. So the caution came out so fast right after the restart happened that the pace car never got to its pit stall, and it has jumbled up the running order. Normally, the leader will have to go around to catch the pace car, but since the pace car came back onto the racetrack in such a way that it caught the field, it doesn't really know what to do now. It's telling the leader to go all the way around to catch the pace car back, which of course would be a little bit silly. So things are very, very strange here in Indianapolis. But it's a great time to pit for fuel because we are just about in the window. McCoy Benke heard me. I don't think anyone else did. Oh, there's Zach King.
Oh,
holy
Zach.
cow. Okay, replay. Here we go. That was so close. Oh, my goodness, Zach King. Watch this. From the nose of his race car. Holy cow. Look how close this was. Actually, that wasn't as close as I thought it was. Perspective matters, I suppose. But
We blame the tower.
physics. It's physics. That's what the problem is. Optics. Anyway, I do want to mention in chat Tucker hitting Barnes after the accident, unacceptable entirely. I agree with you there. Him hitting the brakes before the accident, understanding that there was a caution displayed on the racetrack, hitting the brakes probably not the right move. Rolling out of throttle would have been better. Can't fault him, though, for slowing down for what he thought was a caution, even though there wasn't one. It is what it is. So for that one, I'm not going to fault him for. But yeah, the spear move, that's 15 yards and an ejection in an NFL game for spearing. That's kind of what we saw right there, Derek.
Yeah, I mean, knowing my fair share of penalties and intentionally wrecking,
Yeah.
that is uncalled for. Rather, if this is your one and only race you're going to do with the league, or you're going to continue racing in the league, that's something that you don't do. You don't take another driver out, rather, if they're wrecked or not, the way he did. So we'll see. We'll see what race control does. I don't know if they're going to remove him from server or
They don't have
just
to.
an
He's
EOL.
already used the faster pair and the original car, so that car's done for the day anyway.
All right, so he's all right. Well, he just removed himself from the server. Yeah, that was bad.
And Joshua Galen picks up another spot. I'm sure he's thrilled. Has a black flag right now because he's what? That's not how you pit. Goodness gracious.
So again, we're listening to the radio. He got a black flag for passing under the yellow.
Understood.
And he didn't want to pit until it was cleared.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Coming to the green, Morgan. What should we expect in your eyes?
Well, I would hope that we would go green this time. You know what I mean? Like, not have that odd iRacing yellow-green mix, because that obviously caused many issues throughout the field. But we're in the window, pretty close to making to the end on the fuel save strategy. So I imagine we'll be seeing a lot of drivers trying to draft and save that fuel.
Yeah, race control coming out saying that if iRacing displays the yellow, we are still going green.
Just race through it, yeah.
We're going to race through it.
We did see Mitchum and Stellard pit under this one. We missed that in all of the shenanigans. We are back racing here. Hawthorne is gone and away in front of Marcamini. Hey, the green flag's out. Fantastic.
A couple of yards late, but yeah.
We got there. We got there.
Once the wash is going to be that Mitchum and Stellard, 14th, 15th right now, just pitted, seeing what they can do, cutting through this field and trying to get back up and dominating the lead like they've been doing.
We got some drivers racing for their races back here. Just talked about Mitchum trying to get around Gary Baldwin Jr. But how about Christian Leonard? Remember, he hit the wall real hard, bent the front end, got the car fixed back up in the top 10. We'll have to pit here in the next couple laps.
That's Stellard bounce back of a day for him. We are still seeing a lot of snaking on the backstretch.
Hawthorne, Marcamini. Whatever the result of the race, I do hope it's a good run for Marcamini. He has had some terrific runs this year. Race-winning speed on multiple occasions, but has yet to bring it home in a podium position. Today could be the day. Sheridan Wade. This is the first time he has deviated away from the Mitchum and Stellard strategy. Now doing his own thing up at the front of the field. Oh, just about. Got in contact there with McCrelly, who's going to take away third for the moment, as they're 2x2 for your first two rows.
They definitely don't want to make any significant contact, any slight contact, as now we're back to single file here.
And for chat, who is asking, I have no snacks. No snacks up here.
Want some carrots and celery?
You mail them to me.
I'm not sure if you want that.
FedEx. Anyway.
I'm still waiting on my baby back rib that you were gonna make me.
yeah, they're in transit. What a great race for the lead. Hawthorne trying to hold them off here.
These guys they're not holding back, but there's some respect. So they're not hanging on each other. They're not beating on each other, obviously, because open wheel.
How about Wade around the outside? What a power move around Marcamini.
Round the outside, 2 trailer park girls. And now he's working on Hawthorne here.
Can he do it again?
This is going to be a fun battle. 7 Hawthorne, the guy that's been dominating the series. Wade, who has been in the top 3 for majority of the day as he peeks to the outside.
Oh, 3 wide up the middle. Oh, my goodness. What a move from McCrelly. Bailed at the last second. That had the hair on the back of the neck standing up.
It made me stand up, partner.
Doing high knees in my sim rig room now.
We got a
Mitchum.
caution.
Mitchum just cracked.
Oh, no.
Mitchum, Lapierre flying through the air.
Oh, my goodness.
What happened to Mason Mitchum? Oh, they're wrecking in front of him. Does a good job avoiding it there. Oh, and he hit the white line and backed it up into the wall. Oh, no. So Lapierre, I believe, contact with McCoy Benke is what caused this. Yeah, Benke, really aggressive move down to the bottom. Gets to the door, and they make contact on the exit. Right there. Benke up the racetrack, gets into him. And yeah, Mitchum on the line spins out. Lapierre never saw him coming. Oh, boy. That's a wild ride for Lapierre.
I do not want to go on board on that machine.
Hope he has health insurance. My gosh.
That car looked like my golf ball the other day when I was hitting. Flopping around.
Guts. All right. Yeah, hate that for you, Trevor. See you in chat. Yeah, really unfortunate. I believe that is going to end the day of that car as well. I think that's going to be the end of the 23's day. Mitchum's still on the racetrack. Has not gone a lap down. Has to be careful not to go too fast, though. That rear wing will spin him out. Whole field, essentially, on pit road, with the exception of John Stellard. Stays out. Oh, Marcamini actually stayed out. So did Wes Lang. Stellard. Everyone else on pit road. I love it when drivers in the race are choosing other drivers to win the race besides themselves. I'm looking at you, Joshua Gillen. Who also, how are you still typing to us in chat? How are we still doing this? Running in 26th right now, having a good time. Appreciate all 40 plus of you hanging around. It's been a lot of fun up here for the first almost 3/4 of the Indy 500 for the Mystic Racing League in the KAYTEE IndyCar Series. For those of you who are joining a little bit late, I'm Morgan Cook, host and producer up here with Derek Jewett. Cameras provided by Dougie Beard. As it has been a bit of a mixed bag today. in terms of what we've seen on the racetrack. Some long green flag runs, 9 cautions, along with 38 lead changes.
Less than 60 to go, Morgan.
Yeah.
Do you think, how many more cautions do you think, realistically?
I think 4 is something that we could potentially see. I hope 0. Obviously, I want something to go green to the end. I want to see fuel mileage to the end, but we're going to find out here in a minute. We got a great question in the chat from Waterforce Gaming. Ones to watch the rest of the way. Derek, give me 2 drivers you have your eyes on the rest of the way.
Well, obviously, Stellard and Wade. Those two have been the class of the field. Mitchum being wrecked, I think he still had a fast repair, so
Yeah, he's on pit road right now.
He's not completely out of it. I don't want to say he is, but yeah, definitely Stellard and Wade.
My ones to watch. Aaron Smith, the second, has been quietly in the top 5 for really the entirety of the day. A couple new drivers. Borgie has been incredibly quick and aggressive all day today. I think he could make some noise, and I really would like to see Matthias Ezekiel Marcamini pull out a good finish out of this one. And how about Wes Lang? Kind of appeared out of nowhere here.
Yeah, running second. Yeah, running that Purdue paint scheme. I mean, it truly is anybody's race to win.
It is.
With how fast these cars are going, just have to have the right strategy and stay out of trouble.
Well, the next stanza is about to be written. Marcamini from behind the pace car. Pace car gets out of the way, off the racing surface. Field follows in tow, and the green flag is back out in Indianapolis. Aggressive move to the bottom. Right behind the leader. Caution is out. Caution's out. Zachary King is involved. Jonathan Gasheri's involved. All right, Joshua. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Yep.
Yeah, that can't happen.
I think King has a fast repair left if he even needed to use it, but let's ride on the onboard here. This is just a little too aggressive for this stage of the race. Trying to jump the start. Big checkup coming here. Yeah, that's and these two guys despise each other as well, so that doesn't help either.
No.
Yeah, there's a good example of it right there. Goodness gracious.
Tempers are heating up here,
Yeah.
Morgan.
Yeah, I want to watch this from Gasheri's point of view, not to incriminate, just for curiosity's sake. I mean, King also is leaving. You could land an Airbus in that gap he left. And as soon as it hit the rear tire, just spun Gasheri around, killed the rear wing. Yeah, tough day.
And Monster Jam.
Exactly. I was thinking these pretty much have monster truck tires on them. Mark Gamini down the pit lane. Wes Lang, your leader.
To go back to the Zachary King, I don't think he has a fast repair because he was part of one of those big wrecks early in the race.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going to find out shortly if he's going to have to bring it down because he's missing the nose. That thing's not going to turn worth anything. I don't know how long it takes to repair the entire nose of this car. 30 seconds? Something like that? Mitchum's down pit road again. He's really, I think, grasping at straws now. He's got to pass 15 cars. And they're basically all on the same strategy as him.
It's gonna be fun watching though to see what he got. I mean, been one of the fastest vehicles today, so It's going to be fun seeing him cut through the field if he can.
I'm sure he will try. 145 in the books. Been fun in Indianapolis. What a great way to start the double day. Remember, we are not done racing on V-Speed here today. 600 miles in Charlotte in just a few hours. I think we're going to have a longer break than I expected, which is fantastic. So I can take a break for a minute and go sit in a dark room.
Sit in a dark room. There was a football player, I'm not going to mention names, there was a football player that cried in his closet, guest bedroom's closet, because he got cut from a football team. Kind of a weird place to cry, but you know, you do you.
I don't understand the relevance, but okay.
You said dark room.
Yes, but I'm not going to go crying.
I sure hope not.
I just need to rest my eyes for a minute, Derek. Goodness gracious.
Well, maybe you need to cry too. Get some moisture in your eyes.
Oh, I did enough crying last Thursday. I'll be all right. Yeah. Anyway,
that was
that was a tough day.
Great day.
That was a tough day.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some fluids on this chopper ride with you, but you can have my carrots and celery.
Sure. King's still on pit road.
Yeah,
like
I said, I don't think he had that fast repair that you thought he had.
And it is definitely taking more than 7 seconds to fix that car. Unfortunately, so I heard 7 seconds for a nose change. In the chat, touch of a undershot there. Chat, y'all are too much. This is fun. It's good stuff. Pace car is off. Wes Lang has the field behind him. Here we go. Ooh, that was a early move for Aaron Smith. That pass wasn't for position. That might get looked at by race control.
Yeah, you can't make a move early, and race control is looking at it, the team, if that move was legal or not. 4 wide.
We are racing like it's like our hair's on fire back here. I love how chat's debating if I cry or not. That's good stuff. Anyway.
You're welcome for that. But yeah, the snaking is getting more and more visible. You know, throughout this race, we had some drivers doing it. Some drivers would just stay in line. But with almost 50 laps to go, Morgan, the snake is about to be loose.
A horrible visual. Either way, Wes Lang is taking it to McCrelly right now. Stellard in tow. Aaron Smith, the closest he's been to the lead in many, many laps. And Sheridan Wade is waiting in the wings. It's top 2. They're showing some muscle right now.
Yeah, you wonder if these guys who are sitting like Aaron Smith or Wade, even Cody Anderson sitting 6th, these guys are just buying their time for either a mistake or ready to just pounce, or maybe they're just saving fuel. You don't want to. We got 50 laps left, so realistically, like one more stop. Oh my goodness!
Oh, they're
what a
almost
move.
wrecking everywhere here. They're 3 wide here. They're almost wrecking further back. I didn't see who that was. I saw a car all the way down to the grass. I'm trying to see who that was. Was it Holston? It might have been Holston. This battle for the lead is fierce again. Respectful, though. A lot of room being given here. Love to see that. Wes Lang had a look at taking the lead. He's got the edge right now, but I think he's going to lose it into 3. Can he clear out of turn 4?
Race control letting the drivers know that there
Clear.
was no penalties for the restart.
So, oh wow, slid in right in front of Stellar. So exhale for the 71. That's going to allow Sheridan Wade to get a 2-for-1 special down into turn number 1.
Yeah, that was a really close fitting in car into a space that he didn't really have space for, in my opinion. But like a glove, he got it in there.
That was a spandex move. Wes Lang takes the lead. Wall contact behind him. That was Baldwin Jr. How about Gary Baldwin Jr.? Was caught up in an accident earlier, but has slowly but surely just stayed relevant in this race. Hasn't been a world beater by any stretch, but is on the lead lap, running in 12th in the final quarter of the Indy 500. He's not out of it yet. He's got a chance to win. Will fortune fall his way here tonight?
Another driver doing the double, so obviously you want a good showing, if not win this race. You get that confidence going into Charlotte. And going for the Charlotte 600 champion.
I have been asked all week by a number of drivers, who could win the double? Who could win both races? Can anyone win both races? My immediate comment was, well, Christian Barnes has a good chance at it, being last year's champion in all 3 NASCAR series, won this race last year. He obviously will not do it. He's out of the race. John Stellard has been very fast today. I know he's running the race later. He could have a chance at it as well. But if we continue on here, I don't know if the top 3, any of them, are running the 600 later. So maybe the double goes busted. How about Sheridan Wade to the lead?
Just power move after power move after power move, getting to the lead. And I don't know, do you want to be on the defense or do you want to be on the offense here, Morgan, with about 45 laps to go?
I'd be happy to play defense right now if I'm Wade, knowing I have 2 cars in between that are on one. Just Wes Lang's on a very different strategy. He's 10 laps different. Baldwin Jr. now brings it down pit road. I don't know why he would pit here. This seems very early to pit. Don't think you're in the window from here. Interesting. What I do know is that McCrelly will block you everywhere. It's been driving aggressively, doing great defending. Look at the aero dump there through the corner. Here goes the pass. 21 thinks better of it. Lang's going to hold back for a minute. Wait for a better opportunity. Let's see if anything's changed with Cody Anderson, who's in 10th right now. Nothing. As stoic as ever.
Wearing a Kyle Busch jersey. or pit shirt. Love to see it. We could play I Spy with this camera.
We could. There's lots there to look at.
I spy something red.
Well done. Well done. Appreciate
Cody Anderson.
As always, driver caps, Cody Anderson, as well as Zachary King supplying those for us today.
Yeah, he's been all over the place, Cody Anderson. Outside the top 20. Now he's looking top 10 right now. He's also been in.
Oh my goodness! What is that? What happened?
What?
Oh my goodness! What the heck?
How is that not a caution?
Holy cow! What happened to John Ullman? And is he all right? Wow. Off of 2. He just... Oh, it just... Oh, my. Oh, my goodness. Holston got him. I don't know. I don't know. It's almost like the same thing that happened to Fields earlier with the wheel disconnect, but that car just never stopped turning left as Wade takes the lead back. 3 wide for second.
Oh, no, they're touching.
Somehow, they all made it through.
And don't look now, your guy, Aaron Smith II, running third right now.
Yeah, he has been really the steadiest driver up in the top 5. He's just been here all day long. Hasn't led yet. I think he may have led a couple laps actually under a sequence. Yeah, he's led 5 of them so far today, which is a far cry from the 33 Wade has led and the 20 that Stellard have led today. This one has been fun to watch. The V-Speed Indy 500 last year was great to watch as well. Just something about these cars at this racetrack just puts on an elite show every time. And I got the word on Gary Baldwin Jr. He left. I don't know, just had enough. Hate to see it. Was having a great run. He will finish back in 25th here tonight. Oh, big wall contact. That was Anderson and Dustin Lewis just found the outside retaining wall. These cars are rocket ships. Like, this is just... They're so much fun to drive.
Yeah, they're wicked fast, and we've seen a few actually take airborne. Did not get to the moon. No, but
close.
Very close to it.
Oh, Aaron Smith just popped the wall. I think the car's okay. We're going to find out down here in 3. Does it turn? Still looks pretty quick.
Coming off turn 2. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, just coming off turn 2. That's like the treacherous corner of coming off as we see another car
Something
coming
here to Coulter Clark. Way off the pace. Fighting back with Holston. That's Corey Kobe. Oh, bro, that was almost a melee. Just brought down pit road, down the access road. Final driver cam of the day. Zachary King once again. Let's get the right driver on the screen would be helpful, though. There we go. Zachary King, 17th.
And that fan is still burning rubber up there.
It's still going. I mean, he's been doing driver cams on every V-Speed broadcast. That car is horribly bent as well. You can see the wheel not straight. Been doing the driver cam on every broadcast. And that fan's always running. Yeah, he's not having a good time right now. Tough day for Zachary King. He made it into the race, though, so that in itself is better than sitting on the couch, I suppose, but yeah, not the day he's looking for. Oh, he's sliding! Oh, my goodness. Great save.
Right when we got off of the cam, too.
Naturally.
Can't see the, couldn't see the hands.
Weren't as impressive as you'd think. Working through lap traffic, Sherry, the duck hunter. That'll stick, I'm sure of it. Wes Lang's on pit road. That could be his final stop of the day.
Yeah.
Wes Lang is on the edge of fuel mileage. This is going to get tight.
I'm going to try my best with my Larry McReynolds impersonation. We're in the fuel window, okay? You gotta make it work. You gotta make it work. You can't pit too early.
Want to be the first to pit last. That's the adage. Will it hold true today? Simultaneous moves to the inside. Smith around the lapper and McCrelly to the bottom for the lead.
Yeah, that was in sequence. It was amazing.
They could take that show on the road. There goes Lang a lap down. Should be able to cycle through, though. Should be not get a caution. Even if we did get a caution, he is by far the first driver one lap down. Holston, the next one back, he's 14 seconds off pace. And let's not forget, Mason Mitchum's still in the race. He's running 10th right now.
With what happened earlier, him getting caught up in the wreck, sending a car to the moon almost. As this battle for the lead is heating up.
Stayed hot.
Put some butter on that toast.
Wade again, hot knife through butter to the bottom. Oh, wall contact, Sherry. This day has just not gone well for the 8. I'm sure right now, Sherry's main role is playing cheerleader for 7 Hawthorne. Team driver. Calls him LT. Stellar's on pit road. Scheduled pit stop.
The fuel window is now opened. You get about 30 to 35 laps-ish. So, we got 29 laps to go. It's anybody's ball game, Morgan.
Yeah, this pit stop is going to be the most important sequence of the day. And right now, 4th on back, they're getting held up by Gasheri. Gasheri is torching this final group. Remember, they were all together within a second. And now they're not even close to each other. The gap is 2.5. Wade's on pit road. Gasheri may have just cost 7 drivers their shot at Indy 500 glory. This very well could be a 3-horse race to the end.
Yeah, and you hate it because, you know, want to get around the lap car. You don't want to have your race determined by a lap down driver, and it seems like Johnny G's causing some issues with some drivers.
To elaborate further, I'm not saying that he did anything wrong. Let me put that. I'm not saying that he's intentionally slowing down competitors. Just the fact that his car is not up to speed of everyone else, while getting worked over by lead lap traffic in a big pack. That's all I'm saying. It's a matter of circumstance, not a matter of intent. So I want to make that clear that I'm not saying Gasheri is trying to manipulate the race or anything like that. That is clearly not what's happening. Just this car is wounded, this car is damaged 6 laps down, and it's not as fast as the cars around him. Crelly on pit road. Mitchum just spun. Mason Mitchum just spun. Caution's out. Caution is out. This changes everything. Behind Wes Lang here. Goes for the move on Lang. Oh, he again pushed it in too hard. Oh, Lang got spun out of this. And Mitchum with damage as well. Oh, my.
And you would think that's done, or Mitchum's day's done.
I don't know if it's done. He's only got, it looks like, just half the nose missing. That should only take a few seconds to fix. I think Lang got it worse than Mitchum did. Lang, of course, the first car lap down will not get the lucky dog because he was part of the caution. So I think this is a much bigger hit for Lang, who had a shot to win, than it is for Mitchum. And you can see that car, that side pod is torn off. Looks more like P. Urdu than it does Purdue right now.
P. Urdu. That's a good one. That's a good one, Morgan. As realistically, no one is going to have to pit after pit road opens here.
Yeah,
they're going to get fuel and tires.
This is your opening final stint. Now, the big winner out of this, Aaron Smith was on pit road when the caution came out. He will inherit the lead here.
Yeah, race. We're trying to figure out race control. They are. Hold on.
Race control speaking over comms too.
Yeah. So what happened was Aaron Smith pitted while the caution came out.
Right.
But the light was on right when he hit pit road, so he is getting a penalty.
No way. Oh, that is a heartbreaker. Aaron Smith technically entered closed pit. Oh my goodness. So he will have to restart, not in the lead, but behind all the lead lap cars. That's a heartbreaker. It really is. That's going to give McCrelly the lead. Then Sheridan Wade, John Stellard, Daniel Borghi, Ashton Crowder, who's also been hanging around all day. 7 Hawthorne, Christian Leonard, then Aaron Smith in 8th, Mark Amini, and Cody Anderson in 10th. Smith waited on the access road. May he be parking it for the evening. Talk about the roller coasters of emotions of being sim racing driver. You go from leading the Indy 500 on what looks to be the biggest stroke of luck you could get to having to restart last on the lead lap. Back there with Mason Mitchum, who again looked like was going to be the dominant car today and just did not work out. Couple incidents now for Mitchum as the day is unraveled. McCrelly, Wade, Stellard. McCrelly has really turned on this last 100 laps or so. It was not really a factor the first 75, 80 laps of the race, but since we hit halfway, Derek, Crelly has really showed up.
Yeah, you know, maybe that was his strategy. Like, take the first 100, 120, 130 laps easy, and then make your way to the front and control his race, which that's what he's doing now. He has Wade and Stellar right behind, who has been, again, like I've been saying, class of the field. So 75 has his hands full here with the mirror getting filled up.
Let's remember the road to get here for Sheridan Wade. Hung out behind Stellard and Mitchum for the first long part of this race. Finally got the lead, had a car crash in his lap. Just missed it. And Wade still has the chance at Indy 500 glory. Pace car, for the 11th time, is going to peel off the racetrack. The track temp is dropping. Let's get this thing back underway. Through one and now into two. Stellard makes a move on Wade. Can't clear. Wade fights at the bottom. The draft's on the top. They're going to get a run on McCrelly. They're both going to get a run on McCrelly. One will clear. Two will clear. Just like that. Lost 2 spots in the opening lap, and here comes Stellard on the top side. Three wide for the lead, blocked to the bottom. 3 wide for the lead on the front stretch. Into turn number 1, McCrelly's going to get them both back. And don't look now, Borgie has joined the fray. That's a teammate of your leader, McCrelly.
Morgan, this is getting really wild. Oh my goodness.
Every lap ratchets 1 step closer to the ultimate prize, an Indy 500 win.
Let's not forget the milk.
And the milk. Just over 20 laps to go. 7 Hawthorne shoots into the fray. Crowder's here as well. 6 cars under a blanket. As they single file out for the moment. Time to reset. Wade takes his time. Will shoot down to the bottom and take the pass into turn number 3. Crowley will fight back, I'm sure, down into 1, but for now, it looks like Wade's going to lead this lap. Here comes McCrelly. Like I said, down into turn 1. It's like clockwork. He's going to get there. Now it's difficult for Stellar to make the move. Where does the 5 go? How do you time this up to get second away? And can you go 2 for 1? Again, down into 3. Wade with the move. Clear.
Oh my goodness. Stellar was trying to look on the inside of 75, and 75 closed that door right in his face.
Working the gears. 5th in the corners. Wes Lang has a problem. Wes Lang has the side pod doing the seagull maneuver. Let's see what happened. He hit something for the 21. Don't know what it was. This car is struggling right now. Had a chance to win just a few laps ago. Was it maybe Zachary King? Yep. Yep, it was. That would be more exciting than that, but just an unfortunate day for both of those guys. Really struggling. Gillen has crashed and is just chilling right now. No caution. We're still green. Gillen off of turn 2. Just didn't turn into the corner, and we got more than a weight jacker problem here, folks. Almost like he black screen, like that car just isn't responding anymore. It's now on pit road. Sheridan Wade takes the lead back from McCrelly.
Question is, when do you start snaking? We got less than 20 laps to go. When do you start snaking? When do you try to break that draft? And as 75 looks to the inside yet again,
I would say you start pulling out all of your tricks with about 10 to go. And what I would do is I wouldn't do the same move twice unless I knew I was going to do something different in crunch time. Don't let other drivers get a bead on what you're going to do. Right? Oh, there's a wreck behind him. It's not going to matter. Crowder's in the wall. Caution is out. Ashton Crowder, great run, gone wrong. And this is going to set us up. We're getting dangerously close to the end of this race.
When you think it couldn't get more interesting, it goes and gets
more
intense. I was going to say intense. Yeah, he got help there.
Man, wheel-to-wheel contact with Leonard. Still has a fast repair, but I mean, he's going to have to fight through all the track position again. Talk about track position. For Aaron Smith, remember, he had to go back to the back of the field. He's only up to 11th, right? Barely passed anybody on that run. So track position is the most important thing right now. You cannot give it up. Nobody should have to give it up. We should all, in terms of pitting, everyone's got enough fuel to make it to the end here. Confirm on Joshua Gillen, just lost control of the wheel. Is that your guy, Adam Holston, getting a lap back here?
That is my guy, Adam Holston.
Driver 98 going to get another one. Back to the lead lap. Are we bringing it down pit road? There's no way we're pitting here, right? Really? No, Stellard says no. Oh, Leonard did pit.
Leonard did pit, but that wasn't he part of the caution?
I do have to wonder if he has damage. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't think he does, though. That's the thing. Like, he's got both of the front wings. So I think he's okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Sheridan Wade has been a mainstay up at the front for the whole day. Christian McCrelly showed up when it mattered the most. Stellard has been right there with Wade. Borgie, the teammate of McCrelly, showed up at around the same time. Different bright spots, but rising to the top at the end. And then Seven Hawthorne, the points leader by a mile in this series, finds himself in 5th.
And Morgan, now that we have 15 laps to go, all the lap down cars have to go to the tail of the field. So that's going to help people that are trying to get track position. Right. They don't have to fight those lap down cars.
The other thing this does, remember, no overtimes, no green-white checkers unless it's natural. Lap 200 is the final lap in Indianapolis. So that means we are only, if we have a rash of cautions, we're only 3 cautions away, 4 cautions for this thing being done. So drivers have got to watch their P's and Q's here. They cannot make mistakes. They cannot crash, or we're going to end this thing under yellow.
Yeah, something different from the NASCAR series that, you know, I'm mainly in. So this is Wade in these top 3, even top 5. You know, Hawthorne, Borgie, Stellard, McCrelly, and Wade. Really, they could just go and just try their best. They try their best. And a caution could come out and ruin it for them.
This is where, on that last run, being second wasn't the worst thing because you can flip-flop the lead. Here, I want to be the leader. I want to be Wade for sure. You can defend what's going on behind you, and you get the benefit of the pace laps should things go wrong. Pace lights are out. We're going to get this thing back rolling with about 14 laps to go in this 200 lapper from this big old rectangle in Indianapolis. Well, Speedway, Indiana, really, but greater Indianapolis. It's about to get good, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great race all day. It really has been. We have seen some spectacular battling, some aggressive maneuvers, and great pit strategy. Daniel Borghi has pit 13 times today and finds himself in 4th. Your leader, for reference, has pit 6 times. Pace car rolling the bottom. Everyone else lined up on the outside. Let's get it going. Wade, McCrelly, Stellard, your top 3 into the start zone. Now we start snaking. It's go time in Indianapolis.
Wade with a good jump, 4/10 on McCrelly here, but that's going to be eaten up coming off of turn number 2 as we got some contact.
Yeah, 3 wide. I think that's Dustin Lewis. Got put in a bad spot. He's going to lose a ton of time here. All the way down the straightaway. This really could not have gone worse for him. I think he lost 8 spots or so out of that. Stellard makes his move on Wade as McCrelly gets the lead back.
Hard in the outside wall. Not sure who that was, but somebody pancaked it. Flapjack.
Wade back to the point. Every corner from here on out, these top 3, and you could even count Borghi in this as well, they are setting up their move. They're trying to work backward from the last lap. If you make a pass, or if the lead swaps twice a lap, once into 1, once into 3, you have to find a way to make sure that your pass is the 1 into 3. Do we even get there is the question. Closing in on 10 laps to go. Stellard right there for 3rd. As the top 2 continue to flip-flop back and forth. Fight further back. Smith, Anderson. This is for 7th. Anderson really turned his day around. Oh, big move for the 2nd. Stellard got there, got pushed down. We're 3 wide for the lead. Go Stellard to the front. Wall contact for 2nd and 3rd. Wade's in the wall hard. Indy 500 dreams are evaporating into smoke. Side by side for the teammates. For 2nd, Borghi, McCrelly. Borghi will take it with the fresher car, and here comes 7 Hawthorne for 3rd.
What a power move for the 5 of John Stellard, getting the lead, and then right then both 2nd and 3rd place of McCrelly and Wade getting into the wall, and now he's trying to pull away.
What a heartbreaker for Sheridan Wade. As Sheridan Wade has a meatball flag, that is going to be day over for the 54. Let's see what it was that caused this. I think he hit the wall one more time. Led 51 laps today. 51 times around this racetrack. Right front just came undone. And he will finish well behind the pace today. The battle for the lead rages on. Borghi, Stellard, and McCrelly. It's a 2v1 up at the front. Does Hawthorne have a say in this one? Aaron Smith caught the wall. Off of 4. 3 wide for the lead with the teammates on the bottom. Stellard falls back in line, and here comes Hawthorne.
We haven't really talked about Hawthorne all race. Coming in at the clutch moment, what can he do to get this Indy 500 win?
And Stellard just came out in front of these guys. Traffic could play an impact in the finale of this race. Oh, tight up the racetrack. Hawthorne's in it. He saves it.
What a move. Oh, my goodness.
Here comes Marcamini, but the field has dissipated. Stellard out by 0.8 of a second. They're almost wrecking behind him. They're 3 wide and bouncing off each other. Big issues for Aaron Smith. Falls in that bright yellow car. As the rest of the top 10 tries to get things back together. It's a second now. Up to Stellard. The draft is going to do you no good. Working off of Sheridan Wade. Foe turned friend in this one. Aaron Smith on pit road. Disconnected. Day over for the 71. He will not win the double today. IndyCar drivers showing they know how to get it done in Indianapolis. Stellard, McCrelly, Borghi, Marcamini. Your top 4. Hawthorne will try the double later today, I am sure. The gap is a second. Derek coming to 5 laps to go.
Stellard has walked into the lead, and he is not letting it go. The draft is, it needs to work, and it needs to work now. 5 laps to go. What can they do?
And now that Sheridan Wade is the car in the middle of the lead battle, has to get dispatched. So I think he's just going to get out of the way here. I don't think he's going to try and interfere. I don't think he would interfere anyway. But I believe as soon as Borghi gets there, he's going to bail. Or Marcamini, sorry, gets there. McCrelly gets there. Golly. As it's 5 laps to go at the stripe this time by. 3 hours of racing. Will come down to this. Can Stellard hold on? It's been a great day. 27 laps led. Started on the front row. Played well with his teammate. Stayed up front for pretty much the entirety of the day. Pit strategy got off sequence by a little bit. Got back on. And from there, it has been smooth. But don't look now. McCrelly, 4/10 is more than enough. He's there. Just has to dispatch the 54. 54 is going to go high. Will not allow McCrelly a spot in line. 4 more times around this 2.5 mile oval. Sheridan Wade now goes to the high side. Still will not let McCrelly by. As now has the move. Front 2 nose to tail, still door to door with the lap car Sheridan Wade. Cannot get clear, but we'll have the draft to be able to pull him through here. Fascinating.
Still not clear.
With 2 to go. This has got to be infuriating if you're McCrelly. You just have to get by the 54. And you'll have the tow enough to get there and fight for the win. Indy 500, there goes 54 to pit road. I think he just maybe got word from race control, get out of the way. Now the teammates side by side, and Marcamini's in tow. They got to sort it out right now. Who's it going to be to challenge for the win? They can't both do it with 2 laps to go. Make it 1.5 as they get down the backstretch. John Stellard is about 3 miles away from writing his name in the history books. All we have to do is get to the white flag. And this thing, it will be official. Borghi is in tow. The white flag is out. Barney's a throw in it. Turn 1 and 2. Advantage Stellard. Off the exit, Borgie. Low entry, high exit. He is there. It's a 1/10 of a second down to the grass. Side by side for the race lead. Stellard to the middle. Borgie to the high side. They're still wheel to wheel. Down the short chute of turn number 3. Still side by side. A photo finish is what awaits us in mere moments. Crossover to the stripe. It's going to be Stellard at the line.
Wow. That, oh my goodness.
By half a tenth, 58 thousandths of a second, your margin of victory. Let's go look at that again. More time here. How close it was, the final half a lap. I mean, Borgie was side by side with them. Had the edge into 3, but just not enough. Slid in behind him as well. Just did everything right to come up just a little bit short. Run stalled out, and that's the gap right there by about a car length. Stellard's going to get this one done. Unbelievable work for your winner, John Stellard. 200 laps in the books. Let's see where your favorite driver finished the day. Stellard brought it home ahead of Borgie. McCrelly, great run for that team. Finished 2-3, but they could not claim the top spot. Marcamini, his best run of the year. He'll finish in 4th. 7 Hawthorne, points leader, will continue to grow the lead in 5th. Cody Anderson, great run, 6th spot. Christian Leonard in 7th. Mason Mitchum, what could have been today, will finish in 8th. Crowder will finish 9th. And Soto, quiet and solid run for a top 10.
Fields will round it out at 11th. Dustin Lewis, 12th. Zachary King bouncing back, didn't qualify, gets a 13th place finish. Lang, obviously with the wreck, got 14th. Holston, 15th. Wade, 16th. Clark, 17th. Kobe, 18th. Addison, 19th. And Smith rounding out your top 20.
21st for Gillen. He persevered. That car was junk from the start of the race. Finishes in 21st. Kasheri 22nd, Rodman in the 23rd spot. John Ullman, that car looked like a light, I don't know what that thing was, a big pile of sheet metal on the backstretch, finishes in 24th. Baldwin Jr. will finish in 25th. Benke 26th. Lapierre 27th spot. Christian Barnes 28th. Tucker in 29th. Seth Heyman rounds out your top 30. I'll get the last few here. Kratzer 31st, 32nd. White 33rd, Caleb Hunt, and Davidson joined as a driver just because he could. Well, that is the results of how this one played out. Let's go chat with your top 3 finishers. Starting off with your winner, John Stellard. John, it's Morgan and Derek up in the booth. You got a copy.
I got you guys. Let's go.
Unbelievable race today. Led 32 laps, not the most. You worked with your teammate, Mason Mitchum, so well all week, including most of the race today. You fought off Sheridan Wade for most of the race today. But it ended up Sheridan Wade may have just given you this win here today. Walk me through how this one ended up. What a wild race.
Absolutely. I'm just, first of all, just stoked that I'll say this is my first 500-mile win, so this just means a ton to me. Especially for it to come at Indy, this is everything. What a finish. McCrelly, Borhe, just an amazing race. Sheridan Wade himself, he got caught out when we went 3 wide there in turn 3, but he definitely played around and helped me. So he raced awesome himself when he was behind me and Mason, and he has everything to be proud of. I thought at a time it came out of my mouth that this was Sheridan's race. So in another series of events, he's the winner here and should walk away here with his head very high. And absolutely just shout out to my teammate Mason as well. After he had his own little incident and something else that I missed at the back. He just helped me make calls and kept me calm for the end of the race. So I just owe everything to him as a teammate, and I'm absolutely stoked to be here.
So your first 500-mile win.
Yes,
It's
sir.
the biggest 500-mile win in the land here in Indianapolis. How much does this win mean to you?
It's absolutely everything. I got to go to the motor speedway as a kid. I know what it means to win Indy in the sport. And if you're an IndyCar driver, there's only one race that really matters. And every driver will tell you that. So just to be here and after the month we've put in, I think I had one podium in a 500 that I've ran. So just to get a win is just absolutely everything. And I just love today. I'm excited for what Charlotte has in store later tonight.
And let's talk about, we'll get to the double in a minute. Let's talk about that final lap. It wasn't until about a lap and a half to go that Borhe got to you. And at that point, are you trying to figure out in your head where he's going to catch you, where you have to defend, or how does that work from the driver's seat of the leader?
Absolutely. I knew I was going to try to just give him the least amount of draft, but I saw that last lap coming and I thought he was going to get me, to be completely honest. So if I'm not going to give away all my secrets, but every single lap that I did in that race, I did something different with my hybrid on the last lap. And that change right there, that last minute decision to deploy differently, that won me the race. And I felt it in my car. So I'm just absolutely stoked to have pulled that off and to have made the right decision in that moment. Watching what happened in the real 500 and seeing how the drivers handled themselves there, that definitely gave me some info for this race. So, just the way the sport mirrors between iRacing and real life IndyCar did me a little bit of a job there. So, just absolutely stoked to be able to take something that, I saw from real life and put it to work on the final lap.
Well, you sure did. 58 thousandths of a second was the margin of victory, first to second. You mentioned the 600 later tonight. The double, you're going to try it. What do you think? What do you rate your chances to go 2 for 2 here on May 31st?
I'm going to say I'm a slim chance to do even a podium in that Charlotte race. I haven't spent a lot of time in the NASCAR. But I'm so happy to announce that my teammate Ricky Paz is coming in for a votive car and that we're going to be chartering 2 votive cars for the rest
Wow.
of the Slim Chicken season. So it was a last minute arrangement that, sponsors and, the corporate entities were able to put together. So we're really looking forward to seeing Ricky on the track tonight. And I'm just stoked to be out there to try one of the greatest spectacles in racing. Everybody who knows Indy and everybody who knows the Charlotte 600 knows what the double means and what it would take to pull it off. So I'm happy just to give it a try.
We're going to give it a try later tonight. Absolutely. And John Stellard, winner in Indianapolis. Who do you want to thank and who do you want to shout out?
I'm just going to shout out as many of my votive teammates as possible. I mentioned Ricky Paz, who's coming in the NASCAR tonight. Obviously, we got Mason Mitchum, who functions as captain, team owner, driver, literally everything. We have Anna Klemic on the technical side, Casey Povalones, Indy Kirchenbauer, who I've just raced plenty of laps with over and over. Just absolutely putting the time in and practicing. Micah Mixer, Josh Ward, just all these people who've spent time with me. And, besides that, my hometown's Ferndale. I want to shout out my Ferndale boys because I'm sure they'll be seeing this and they come and show my races some love. So just absolutely happy to give my hometown a shout out. And besides that, just my parents because I know they're watching and I'm gonna go give them a call because I'm just so excited to see them and tell them I just won Indy. So let's go.
All right. Thank you for your time, John Stellard. Go burn it down. Go celebrate. And we'll see you in a few hours for the Charlotte 600.
Thank you guys.
Your winner tonight, John Stellard. Derek is caught up with second place finisher Daniel Borghi.
Yeah, Morgan, I'm down here with Daniel Borghi. Daniel, one position away from becoming the Indy 500. What could you have done differently that final lap or that final run?
Hello. Final lap, I finished the hybrid system in the turn 3. So I can't do more.
Absolutely. And we saw that the 54 of Wade was a lap down car, and it seemed like you were struggling to get around him. Was there any frustration or anything that you could have done to get around him quicker, to have more shots at getting the Indy 500?
I don't understand what wanted to do the lapped car, and I don't like lapped car that try to fight with the first, second, and third of the race. Happen. I don't know.
Yeah, it seemed like you and your teammates were working really, really well together. Was there any conversation of getting some type of draft to get around John Stellard to see if both of you could have a shot at winning the Indy 500?
Well, Christian is faster than me, so he tried to take Stellard, but the lapped car was a problem, and he touched the wall. I think 2 or 3 laps before the end, and so he has a damaged car, and I pass Christian without problem and try to win.
You were one position away, finishing second, still nothing to hang your head low on. Is there anybody you want to shout out or thank while you're up here on your second place finish?
I am happy. My only problem is that I don't have the hybrid system for the turn 4, so it's no problem. I am happy.
All right. Is there anybody you want to shout out or thank?
What?
Anybody you want to thank for racing tonight?
Oh, the Charlotte?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I don't race Charlotte. I'm
No.
not.
Do you have any shout outs? Anyone like sponsors or teammates or anyone, team owners you wanna give a thank you to or a mention to on the broadcast here?
I'm not a NASCAR driver, so it's better that I stop now. Thank you to my sponsor. This is the second race that I do with a new team for me.
All right. Well, congratulations on your second place finish, Daniel, and we'll hopefully we'll see you more in the Mystics Racing League KT IndyCar Series.
Thank you.
Second
right,
place
back to you,
finisher.
Marco.
You bet. Christian Marcelli will decline the interview here today. So, Derek, that means that your first official V-Speed broadcast is coming to a close. Mystic Racing League put on a great show tonight. One to be proud of here for the KT IndyCar Series for the Indianapolis 500. Congratulations to John Stellard, Danielle Borghi, and Christian Marcelli. Crowley, apologies, who finishes in the 3rd spot. For everyone who makes this thing possible at V-Speed, Mystic Racing League, of course, Derek Jewett for hopping on board here, and Dougie Beard for providing us the cameras for both this race and the Charlotte 600 later tonight. It's been a fun one. Hopefully we'll see all of you in Charlotte in just a few hours. That one will get posted here in not too long. Join us for the double, the final 600 miles here of what would be a normal Memorial Day race. I've been Morgan Cook, again, for Derek Jewett, Dougie Beard. See you next time, right here on V-Speed.